we streaming on Butt yet?
Yeah.
Really? I'm not getting the audio stream.
Well, Tim, we can't make this
No, because there's no audio connected to the graphic.
But on Butt, it would go straight to the audio stream.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
we're streaming from Butt, but then it's going to Josh's audio capture from the USB.
It's going to what?
So basically, it's going to the audio capture under this one, not this one.
Well, open up Butt real quick. Oh yeah, you got hit play.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Missed 2 calls back there.
This thing is so strange.
Just quit butt completely. And then reopen it.
This is Ridgefield Raptors baseball. The pregame show starts right now.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex for Game 1 of this series between the visiting Port Angeles Lefties and your Ridgefield Raptors, a new series at home. First of 6 straight games these two teams will play in the West Coast League, a Tuesday through Thursday series that begins today, and a Tuesday through Thursday series next week up in Port Angeles. So these two teams getting well acquainted with each other between this week and next week. Glad that you're with us here from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Let's get you the starting lineups first for the visiting Lefties, as announced by their head coach Matt Acker. Leading off for Port Angeles, and the center fielder out of Purdue Fort Wayne is Garrett Lake. Batting second from St. Mary's of California, playing second base is Javi Espinoza. Batting third, the shortstop out of Edmonds Community College is Shea Thomas. The cleanup hitter and first baseman for the Lefties out of St. Mary's is Nathan Chong. Batting fifth, the left fielder Trevor Tishenko out of California, Berkeley. Batting sixth from Dixie State, the designated hitter Zach Thomas. Batting seventh, the catcher, he plays for the Bruins of UCLA, Jack Holman. The eighth hitter in the lineup for the Lefties, the right fielder out of St. Mary's, Coleman Schmidt. And batting ninth, also out of Cal Berkeley, Carson Crawford, playing third base. The starting pitcher tonight for the Port Angeles Lefties is Stephen Brooks, a incoming freshman at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. We'll get you the starting lineups in a few minutes for the Ridgefield Raptors after the national anthem. Should be a fun series here this week between the Lefties and the Ridgefield Raptors. We'll pause for the national anthem and get you the Raptors lineups after this. Glad that you're with us here from Ridgefield for this series opener today between the Lefties and the Ridgefield Raptors. Should be a fun series. Port Angeles coming in out of the Northern Division, so these two teams will play 2 straight series against each other in a cross-divisional matchup. Now, Ridgefield does have a couple non-league games this weekend, so not exactly 6 straight against the Lefties, but in terms of West Coast League games, 2 series in a row between these two clubs playing their first game against each other this season today. We're getting ready for first pitch. Joey Martin to take the mound for the Ridgefield Raptors, the 6-foot left-hander out of Arkansas Little Rock. Here's the starting lineups as announced by head coach Chris Cota. Leading off for the Ridgefield Raptors and playing right field out of Cal State Fullerton on a 10-game hitting streak is Caden Connor. Batting second, the center fielder from San Jose State University, who got the game-tying run on Saturday against Cowlitz, a series in which Ridgefield took 2 out of 3 games. Reese Hernandez bats second. In the third spot in the lineup for the Raptors, playing shortstop out of Pepperdine University. He's on an 8-game hitting streak. John Peck, who had his first home run of the year, and our most recent game for the Raptors. The cleanup hitter and first baseman is Kobe Morales out of Cypress College. Batting fifth, the designated hitter from College of the Canyons, Will Chambers. Batting 6th, also out of College of the Canyons, playing left field, Tafton Hensley. And batting 7th, the catcher from Seattle University is Grant Heiser. Batting 8th, the third baseman signed to Nicholls State University, Cody Darcy. And batting 9th for Ridgefield, the second baseman from Linfield University is Tanner Jocks. So Joey Martin gets the start for Ridgefield, a team that is coming off of series win against Cowlitz to open up the second half. So the Raptors are 2-1 in the second half on the year. Ridgefield 15-12 on the year. Port Angeles comes in with 7 wins on the season. They're 7-14. They're still playing their first half games. They're the last team to finish out in the first half. Every team needs to play 24 games, and then you're done in the first half, and you need a new winner in the second half to determine the other playoff berth for each division. And Port Angeles has played the fewest number of games around the league. They have won the fewest number of games. Their winning percentage at .333 is the lowest in the league right now. In their last 7 games, they are 1-6. But a chance for Port Angeles, 6 straight games. If they can figure out Ridgefield, they can get on the right foot. Or the Raptors could propel themselves into playoff contention here, currently in 3rd place in the South Division. 2 teams from each division make the postseason. All right, Joey Martin on the mound today as we are ready to get started. Glad to have you with us. I'm Josh Warden, and we are ready for baseball from Ridgefield. Joey Martin on the mound, left-hander out of Arkansas Little Rock, originally from Comfort, Texas. 6 foot, 185, coming off a really nice start against Bend. And the first pitch is a swung on strike at 6:34 p.m. Garrett Lake, the batter. And he does go around for strike 1 on Garrett Lake, the center fielder today out of Purdue, Fort Wayne. So Joey Martin went 5 innings in that start against the Bend Elks. Gave up just 1 earned run as he throws high, ball 1 to Garrett Lake. 1 earned run against Bend. It technically was a non-league series, even though Bend is a West Coast League team. So it didn't help his ERA out. So his earned run average a little bit high at the moment, 7.14. But he's shown himself to be capable of bringing that down a notch. He gets ahead 1-2 with a called strike by our home plate umpire tonight, Jim Courtney. In the field is Mike Carr. 1 ball and 2 strikes, just starting out the top of the first inning, and the 1-2 pitch is sprayed foul to fairly depth left field. The wind is blowing in pretty strongly here this evening out towards right field, so the ball will carry towards the Lefties bullpen in right. Temperatures in the mid-70s for most of today's ball game. And should be even really nice tomorrow here in Ridgefield. It'll top out at 75 degrees. First pitch here today at 79. And tomorrow will be a little bit cooler, partly cloudy, and a perfect day for baseball and a perfect day for a wedding. How about that? Eli Schubert getting married on the field tomorrow. So come out to the ballpark and see that in person, or watch the live stream and see one of Ridgefield's pitchers get hitched. Joey Martin throws on the outside corner, and Garrett Lake is caught looking. It's a strikeout to open up the ball game for Joey Martin. 1 down here in the first inning. Gets the first man he faces out, and next batter is Javi Espinoza, the second baseman, hitting .243 on the year. Joey Martin, who struck out 67 batters in the summer of 2019. Nobody had more than that in the West Coast League. He throws outside to Espinoza. 1-0 is the count. So he was the strikeout leader that year. This season he has 21 strikeouts and now get his 22nd on the summer with that punch out of Garrett Lake. To 12 walks and 9 hits. Pops the glove on the 1-0 pitch, but it misses 2-0. His battery mate Grant Heiser tonight. Defensive alignment for Ridgefield. The infield is Cody Darcy at the hot corner. Double play combo is John Peck and Tanner Jocks. And the first baseman is Kobe Morales. Above the belt on the 2-0 pitch, and it's 3-0 from Joey Martin. So he gets the strikeout, but then gets behind Espinoza. Comes in with 1 home run on the year for Matt Acker's club. 3-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle for strike 1. Joey, who works with a 4-seam fastball that typically sits in the low 90s. Got a cutter that touches mid-80s, changeup also in the same area, and a curveball he'll throw occasionally. 3-1 pitch is high and inside. And so it is a 5-pitch walk to Javi Espinoza. And the first base runner of the ball game is the St. Mary's Gale of Espinoza. Next batter, Shea Thomas, the shortstop out of Edmonds Community College in Washington. .246 batting average for the right-hand hitter in Shea Edmonds. First righty we've seen today, and a trend for the lefties to use left-handed batters. Thomas swings and misses the first offering. Runner on first, 1 out. Top of the first inning, no score. Shea Thomas, a right-hand hitter. This lineup has more right-hand hitters than Port Angeles has started in any other game this year. So, an unusually few number of lefties, although the first two in the lineup were both southpaws. 0-1 pitches, a check swing. It was a bit down on the offering, but he did go around, and Shea Thomas gets down 0-2. So Joey Martin strikes out the first batter, then gets behind 3-0 to the next batter and ultimately walks him, and then gets ahead 0-2 to the following hitter. So alternating good at-bats, and he's got a runner on first with one out. No balls and 2 strikes from Martin. Out of the stretch, comes to the plate inside for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. 5 right-handers in the lineup tonight for Port Angeles, which they have not had. First time they've had a majority of right-handers. They typically throw out 6 or 7 in most cases. This is every right-hander in their lineup save for 1. So they do get a lot of lefties. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Joey Martin has struck out 2 in this inning. 2 outs in the frame, 1 runner on first base, and Nathan Chong is the next batter. A 4-pitch strikeout. He's got 1 strikeout looking, 1 strikeout swinging, and Nathan Chong is the next batter to the plate. Out of St. Mary's, similar to his teammate who walked earlier this inning, Javi Espinoza is the lone runner so far, and his teammate Nathan Chong at the plate. He's the first baseman tonight for the lefties. First pitch of the at-bat from Joey Martin is at the knees for a strike. 0-1 the count at 90 miles an hour from Joey. Just transferred about 2 weeks ago. Announced his commitment to Arkansas Little Rock, coming out of Dallas Baptist University, so we'll head to Arkansas for the first time next month. 0-1 is the count with 2 outs. Joey kicks and deals. A pitch at the belt, swung on and chipped into the glove. It's 0-2. Grant Heiser takes a look down at first, but holds on to it. So told you the infield a moment ago. The outfield is Tafton Hensley in left, Reese Hernandez in center, and Caden Connor in right field. So a lot of right-handers facing this left-handed pitcher in Joey Martin, who's 1 strike away from ending the inning. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and he strikes out the side. Joey Martin does issue 1 walk, but he strikes out 3 and strands 1, and he pitches a scoreless first inning. Ridgefield coming up to the plate. When we return, it'll be Caden Connor, Reese Hernandez, and John Peck to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. No score from Ridgefield.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
C-Train is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, regional and express service to Portland, and connector service within the city limits of Camas, LaCenter, and Ridgefield. And if you don't have cash, no problem. C-Train now accepts digital payments with Hop FastPass. So hit a home run and leave the driving to us. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Bottom of the first inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Joey Martin striking out the side in the first inning, and we head to the bottom of the first. No score between the Raptors and the Port Angeles Lefties. Stephen Brooks on the mound for the Lefties, 6'6", 205-pounder, recent high school graduate. Out of Elk Grove, California, he's headed to Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. So his first collegiate-type experience here in the West Coast League this summer, and he has pitched well so far. The right-hander, who is ranked the number 86 right-handed pitcher in the Golden State, so far has made 9 appearances on the year. The first 8 all in relief. They made his first start a week ago and did well to continue lowering that ERA. He's at 2.5 for his earned run average. That ranks 6th in the West Coast League. So the recent high school grad on the mound to face Caden Connor to start out the bottom of the first inning. No score in this ball game, and Caden steps to the plate to try to start changing that. And he's batting .272 on the year, comes in on a 10-game hitting streak. And we're not just talking one little bloop single in each of the last 10 games. He has been raking of late. First pitch to Caden is a strike to the Cal State Fullerton Titan. 0-1 the count with no score to start in the bottom of the first. Caden in the last 10 games has 17 hits, 3 doubles and 6 RBIs in that span. He has been hitting the ball well, seeing it well, and getting some extra base hits on top. 0-1 pitch to Caden is outside, ball 1. 1-1 the count to Caden, who is now leading the West Coast League in doubles again. Typically, he's been at number 1, gave up that leadoff spot to his own teammate, Kobe Morales, and then took it right back. And he's at a dozen doubles on the year, leading the league at the moment. 1-1 is the count from Stephen Brooks. The right-hander comes to the plate and misses down low. 2-1 is the count at 87 miles an hour. Coming off his first start of the year a week ago against Wenatchee, went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 2 earned runs. His longest appearance was 5 2/3 innings in relief against Yakima Valley. Gave up just 1 earned run, got the win. So an ERA on the year of 2.5. The pitch is fouled down the line from Caden Connor. It sets the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Stephen Brooks, 18 innings worked on the year, 18 strikeouts, 8 walks and 15 hits on the season. Bases empty, nobody out. Caden Connor at the plate, left-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. And Brooks at 6'6", already got the frame to be a talented Division I pitcher. And the future Cal Poly San Luis Obispo thrower tosses one that's hit high into shallow center field. It's the shortstop going back, a tough play, and it is hauled in by Port Angeles' shortstop Shea Thomas for the first out of the ball game. So Caden Connor pops out and 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Reese Hernandez, the next batter. Just to give you a little background on Port Angeles, first game that they've played here at this ballpark this year. First time out of 6 games these two teams will play. Port Angeles started out this year with a series win against Bellingham. Turned out to be one of 2 series they have won this year as Hernandez takes a strike. 1 out, nobody on, no score yet. Port Angeles went on to lose their next 3 series. Got swept by Corvallis and then took 1 game against Walla Walla and Bellingham. And then won a series against Yakima Valley. The 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground. A 2-hopper to third base. Fielded and thrown across a bit high, but held onto from the first baseman Nathan Chong. Carson Crawford threw a touch above the cap, but it is pulled in by Chong. And it's a 5-3 ground out by Reese Hernandez. 2 outs, nobody on. And John Peck to the plate. Had a home run that went 100.6 miles per hour off the bat 2 days ago. And Ridgefield's most recent game went 386 feet to left field in Cowlitz, in a ballpark that does not play well to left field or anywhere. It's just the ball does not fly in Longview. And it was one of the few home runs that we've seen in Cowlitz this year. The Ridgefield got 2 home runs in that ball game. John Peck out of Pepperdine University takes a strike. It's 0-1. Yakima Valley is the best team at times this league. They've been leading the Northern Division basically all year, but Port Angeles beat them 2 games out of 3. As Brooks misses outside, 1-1 is the count. Port Angeles, however, has played 2 series since then and won just a single game. Got swept by Bellingham and then went 1-2 against Wenatchee. So that's the recent history for Port Angeles. 1-1's a count from Brooks, and a breaking ball that misses down and away. 2-1's a count with 2 outs. Port Angeles has an ERA near the top of the league. Both Port Angeles and Ridgefield near the higher numbers in ERA. They're better offensively. 2-1 pitch is swung on and hit high in the air. Should get out of play. And it will indeed be uncatchable. 2-2 is the count. Port Angeles, even though they've got the 3rd highest ERA in the league, has limited the damage in terms of big games. They've only allowed 10 or more runs just twice this year. Ridgefield seems to score 10 or more runs every other game at times. They've scored 10 or more runs just once as Port Angeles. 2-2 pitches hit right back up the middle and barely misses the second base bag on a seeing eye ground ball by John Peck. A 2-out base hit for John. And he extends his hitting streak to 9 games with that single. The bottom of the first inning continues with Kobe Morales coming to the plate. Neither team has scored yet, but John Peck, the first player to get a hit in this ball game. And Kobe Morales, who has been leading the West Coast League in hits for part of this summer, he now sits in 2nd place in that category. Comes to the plate. He went 2 for 4 on Sunday. Got his on-base percentage back over 400 with that performance. And the left-hander digs in against Stephen Brooks. First pitch to Kobe is right down the middle, and strike one to the Cypress College left-hand hitter. Has been primarily getting most of his power to left center, which is where he typically hits the ball best. But this part plays best to right field, and so he's kind of switched his approach and started pulling the ball more this year. 0-1 pitches, hit foul on the left side. Primarily, he gets a lot of power going opposite field, just keeps his hands in, is able to get a lot of power through the legs and hits the ball well to all fields. But he has started pulling the ball more. You get the ball up high into the jet stream, and especially on a night like this with the wind blowing heavily out towards right, that ball can carry. He grounds one towards second base, and they'll go the short way on the 4-6 ground out. Espinoza throws to Thomas, and the inning is over. Fielder's choice to end it, and we are through one inning of play. Neither team has scored yet, and we head on to the second inning. Joey Martin back out to the mound after this.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Join the Ridgefield Raptors for warm sunshine, great food, and exciting top-level college baseball at the Rourke.
Bring your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers
For a relaxing night outdoors this season. Your group can welcome us on the Les Schwab left field platform,
the Leonard Homes and Dick Hanna Grass Burbs,
or the First Centennial and Wellhaven Pet Health picnic areas. There's nothing like a Ridgefield Raptors summer baseball game.
Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com.
Go Raptors!
Welcome back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex from beautiful Southwest Washington. Between two teams from the West Coast League, Port Angeles from the Northern Division, Ridgefield trying to capture the second playoff berth from the Southern Division. Already playing in the second half of the West Coast League season. Last series started out the second half, went 2-1 against Cowlitz. So Ridgefield hoping to win the second half and get their first playoff berth in franchise history. First pitch of the second inning is a swung-on strike from Joey Martin, who pitched a scoreless first inning. And he blows a fastball past Trevor Tashenko, the left fielder. Leads off a second inning with the ball game still tied at 0. Tashenko out of Cal Berkeley is hitting .263 on the summer. That is best among today's starters for Port Angeles in terms of batting average. Martin misses down 1-1 the count from Joey. Tashenko went 3 for 6 with a double in that series against Wenatchee when Port Angeles went 1-2 against the Apple Sox, a team that Ridgefield will not play this season. Ground ball that Martin snares. The pitcher comes off the mound and throws accurately to the first baseman Morales. One down here in the second inning on a nice play by Joey Martin. Came off the mound and fielded glove side on a ball that was going towards short. I'm guessing John Peck could have fielded it and thrown to first, but might as well have the pitcher snag it, and it was not a particularly hard hit ball, so Peck would have had to run in and made a running throw, and it turns out to be a 1-3 ground out from Trevor Tashenko. Next batter's Zach Thomas, designated hitter from Dixie State University. First pitch to Zach, it's outside ball 1. Familiar with Caden Connor, who's out in right field right now for Ridgefield. Zach Thomas from Dixie State did not attend the same high school as Caden Connor, but his brother did. Zach Thomas is a younger brother, a year younger, who went to Orange Lutheran High School as Martin hits on the outside corner, 1-1. One out, nobody on, no score. Thomas's younger brother transferred into Orange Lutheran High School in the Anaheim Hills area, and went to school for 1 year with Caden Connor, who's starting in right field tonight for Ridgefield. Ball up high is 2-1 now the count from Joey Martin to Zach Thomas, who's a two-way player. Has better numbers as a pitcher. He's batting .167 on the year, but he has a sub-2 ERA. He chases a pitch up high and evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Port Angeles yet to get a ball in play today. Went through the first inning with 4 batters faced. One of them drew a walk. The other 3 struck out. And Zach Thomas trying to get one in fair territory here and find something hittable off of Joey Martin. Joey pitching his second year for Ridgefield. 2019, his debut. 2-2 pitch hit foul behind home plate. So two pitchers came back for Ridgefield from 2019. It was Martin and Schubert. Both of them are engaged. How about that for a little connection between the two of them? Eli getting married tomorrow right here in the field. So come out at about 6 o'clock and watch Eli Schubert get married, and Joey will have his own festivities. I don't know if he set a date yet, but he's engaged as well, and he'll be headed to Arkansas Little Rock this upcoming year to pitch in Little Rock. Misses down and in. 3-2's the count from Joey Martin to the second batter of this inning. One out, nobody on base. Top of the second inning, no score from Ridgefield. The game tomorrow and Thursday also starting at 6:35. And you can catch those right here, the same place you're watching or listening right now. Payoff pitch from Martin is hit high in the air. This one should stay fair. Caden Connor has to drift all the way back to the warning track, and he will leap up and be unable to make the catch. He gets over the wall for a home run that got carried by the wind all the way out to right on a pop fly that looked like it was going into shallow right field, and it carries all the way out for a solo home run, and Port Angeles is on the board. It was not a well-hit ball by Zach Thomas, but the wind is blowing heavily to right, and this park is just a hitter's fancy for players who can hit the ball well to right field, and that one just got up into the jet stream and got taken on a ride, and Caden Connor nearly brought it down for a home run saving catch. Now this one's hit to left field off the bat of Jack Holman. Doesn't get out as far for wind not blowing in to that direction, and Tafton Hensley makes the catch in shallow left field. That ball was hit almost as well as the last one. One of them landed just beyond the wall. One of them landed a good 25 yards in front of the wall, and Holman is a fly out to left field. 2 down, no on, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Port Angeles Lefties here in the second inning. Ridgefield is the best team in the league in terms of offense, so a 1-run deficit is no large matter, although the Raptors didn't score a whole lot against Cowlitz this most recent series. First pitch to Coleman Schmidt is a ball, or called strike on the outside corner. Showed bunt for a moment, and Schmidt, the right fielder, pulled back. Out of St. Mary's College. 164 batting average on the year. It is the first home run of the season for Zach Thomas on a ball that just got carried out beyond the wall. 0-1 pitch is inside, ball 1 to Coleman Schmidt, the right fielder who had his home run a month ago. Nobody on base for Joey Martin, making his first appearance since last week when he started against Bend. It went 5 innings. Gives up 1 run here in the second. Gives up a foul ball here. It's 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Ridgefield opening up this series today against Port Angeles. The Raptors in the home red uniforms, bookended by white pants and white caps. Breaking ball, and the 1-2 pitch falls in for strike 3. And Joey Martin finishes both the first and the second inning with a punch out. He has struck out 4 today. He finally does give up a run here in the second inning on a bit of a gift home run, but it does get out. And on the board, it's Port Angeles 1, and the Ridgefield Raptors yet to score. They're up to the plate in the bottom of the second when we return.
A lot has changed in Clark County since C-Tran began service in 1981. We've changed with it. 30 bus routes, 2 bus rapid transit projects, and millions of rides later, C-Tran has grown into an award-winning transit system serving Clark County, including the city limits of Ridgefield. Please join C-Tran in celebrating an amazing 40 years serving you, our community, with activities happening in 2021. Look for details at c-tran.com, and thank you for 40 great years.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Tran Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com, and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown, and go Raptors!
Second time up to bat for the Ridgefield Raptors today. They do trail 1-0 against the visiting Port Angeles Lefties here in the bottom of the second inning. And Ridgefield will bring up the heart of the lineup. Will Chambers to the plate to open it up. Tafton Hensley and Grant Heiser to follow. Chambers, who's batting .329 now on the summer, came into the Cowlitz series with a .300 batting average and improved that 29 points. And he has had quite the stretch over the last 4 games after coming back from injury, and he has just been on a hot streak since then. The switch hitter steps in out of College of the Canyons to face Stephen Brooks, and the first pitch on the inside corner, 0-1 to Will Chambers. Starting out the bottom of the second, the lefties on top 1-0. Chambers took some time off and rested a little bit, and some much needed rest. He'd been on a cold streak going into that respite. 0-1 pitch is taken for strike 2. On the games previous to the break for Will Chambers, he had gone over 13 with 8 strikeouts. He's now had 13 at-bats as well since the return. So you compare those 13 at-bats, he has 7 hits and 2 home runs since then. So something worked for Will. Takes a ball outside, it's 1-2. He credited his chiropractor, Bobby, who did some work, and he just said it felt immediately way better. And he has been hitting like he feels way better. 1-2 pitch to Will Chambers is swung on and missed. And he does strike out to open up the second inning. 1 down here in the second. And Tafton Hensley is next up. Tafton with a .292 batting average on the year. 4 doubles, 3 home runs for Tafton, plus a non-league home run against Bend. And Tafton to the plate here with 1 out, nobody on base in the second inning. Wind blowing out well to right field, so Ridgefield trying to take advantage of that, like Port Angeles did with a solo home run last inning. Tafton takes a big cut at the first pitch and misses it. 0-1 the count. Ridgefield tends to pull the ball well to left field. And a lot of the left-hand hitters hit opposite way to left. 0-1 pitch is taken by Hensley. 1-1 to count, 1 out. So a right-handed hitter like Hensley is more of a pull hitter typically, and it's harder to hit those homers to left field here at Thorpe, with the wind typically blowing out to right field like it is now. 1-1 pitch swung on, and Hensley misses one up high. 1-2's the count on the 86-mile-an-hour throw from Stephen Brooks. First time these two teams play against each other this year. They did play one series back in 2019. 1-2 pitch and breaking ball that nearly hit Hensley. And did it hit his elbow guard? He almost pulled into that one. And now they're saying it's a strikeout of Hensley. Apparently leaned into it, and Jim Courtney has called him out. It hit his elbow guard, it looked like. And Hensley did not get away from it. And they're saying a strikeout of Tafton Hensley leaning into that pitch, and they call it strike 3. So Hensley is put down on strikes. Jim Courtney had some words for him as Tafton walked away. Next batter is Grant Heiser, and the Seattle University catcher takes ball 1. 2 outs, nobody on base. The lefties on top here, 1-0. Heiser with a .261 batting average and an RBI single on Friday with runners on the corners and 2 outs, and needed an insurance run there, and Heiser provided with a single up the middle. Broke a streak of no hits in his last 11 at-bats and got that base hit for an RBI on Friday. Now gets the start again to open this series. 1-1's the count from Stephen Brooks after hitting the strike zone on that last offering. Now misses down low. 2-1's the count, 2 outs. 1-0 advantage for the Port Angeles Lefties, who played at this ballpark 2 years ago. And the Raptors won 2 out of those 3 games, winning the final 2 of that series 2 years ago. 2-1 pitch from Brooks is inside, and it's 3-1 to Grant Heiser, who himself has 1 home run on the years here at this ballpark. A couple weeks ago, he's got 7 RBIs, 6 walks, and 9 runs scored for Grant. Right-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. Brooks steps back and into the wind, and a ground ball towards short, fielded on 2 hops by Thomas, and Shea Thomas throws across accurately and in time. And it's a 6-3 ground out in the frame. A 1-2-3 inning for Stephen Brooks. He has allowed just 1 hit so far, and nobody left on this inning with 2 strikeouts in the frame. We head to the 3rd inning. It's the Lefties 1 and the Raptors 0.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime.
The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience
As we prepare for exciting West Coast League play,
Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer.
let's make it a great season at the Rourke.
Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We have played 2 innings here from Ridgefield. It's Port Angeles Lefties getting one solo home run to take a 1-0 lead. And Joey Martin back out onto the mound. He'll face the bottom of the order here. The 9-hole hitter, Carson Crawford, will lead off. A 1-0 lead for Port Angeles. Back in 2019, these two teams played against each other, and Port Angeles got the first victory of that series. 12-10 was the final score, despite 3 home runs by Ridgefield by 3 different players. Micah Hicks, Steve Ramirez, and Johnny Weaver all had homers, but a 12-10 loss in that game to Port Angeles. The next 2 games were both 1-run wins for Ridgefield, winning 4-3 and 8-7 in the only 3 games ever between these 2 clubs. This is number 4 on a pitch down low to open up the 3rd inning. 1-0 is the score. Port Angeles on top. Carson Crawford takes a ball 1-0 as the count. Both of those run wins were both walk-offs for Ridgefield 2 years ago. 1-0 pitch is grounded foul wide of third base. 1-1 is the count. Both times a single with a runner on second base to win the ball game 2 years ago. The 11-inning game lasting just 2 hours and 28 minutes, and ended before 9 p.m. and reminiscent of what happened a couple days ago when Cowlitz and Ridgefield played an 11-inning game lasting just 2 hours and 23 minutes to be the shortest 11-inning game in team history now. Ball down 2-1's the count from Joey Martin to the leadoff man in the 3rd inning. And so with that, game 2 of that series, Ridgefield winning for the walk-off to even the series. Another fly ball to right field that's going to carry to deep right. Caden Connor running towards the line, and he gets under it and makes a nice catch in foul territory. Deep in the hole for Carson Crawford, flying out to right. And 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Caden Connor had to run a long ways to get to that ball and made the catch a couple steps beyond the foul line. And a tough play to not overrun that one as well, which he nearly did, but stopped at the perfect time and made the catch. 1 down in the 3rd. Garrett Lake to the plate. 200 batting average on the year. He struck out in the 1st inning. Grounds 1 to 2nd on the first pitch. Tanner Jocks gets in front of the ball and throws to first, and it's dropped by Morales. Popped in and out of the glove. And will be an error on the first baseman, Kobe Morales, and Garrett Lake is safe at first. It was an accurate throw by Tanner Jocks. It just popped out of the webbing by Morales on a throw that beat Garrett Lake. Not by a lot, but it did beat him there. And Morales just didn't field it cleanly. And there's a runner on first here on the first error of the ball game for either team. Port Angeles leading this ball game 1-0. Javi Espinoza, the next batter. First base runner today. He drew a walk in the 1st inning. 1 out, 1 on. Martin out of the stretch, and the opening pitch is down. Ball 1. Espinoza out of St. Mary's, located in Moraga, California. Infield moving into double play depth here with 1 out. And the outfield playing in normal positioning here. 1-0 is the count from Joey Martin with 1 out. He kicks and throws above the belt. Back pick down to first base, and the tag applied just late. Morales nearly had the put out after missing the ball, and Garrett Lake did get back, safe at first. The pitch had missed. 2-0 is the count. Or no, 1-1, excuse me. Martin out of the stretch. Ridgefield wearing the home red uniforms. Port Angeles in the orange jerseys with gray pants and blue trim, blue batting helmets. Martin now throws a pick off to first, and Lake gets back. So 1 out, 1 on. Port Angeles leading by a run. Those two walk-offs back in 2019 were here at this ballpark on a weekend series after Port Angeles won the first game by 2 runs. So the two teams scored an even number of runs in the series, 22 runs apiece. But Ridgefield won the series 2-1. Pitch misses outside, 2-1's a count. The first walk-off win was by Aaron Zavala. Had a single in the bottom of the 11th to score Brody Barnum. By the way, congratulations to Aaron Zavala. Got drafted in the second round in the recent MLB draft. 38th overall by the Texas Rangers, former Ridgefield Raptor. First player to be drafted here in 2021. Pitch is fouled back by Javi Espinoza. Runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. With 1 runner on and a 1-run lead for the Lefties. So after that Zavala walk-off hit, then on the Sunday game, went to the bottom of the 9th with the game tied, and Steve Ramirez had a single to score Dusty Garcia from second base. So 2 walk-off wins, and now a balk is called on Joey Martin as he makes a pickoff move to first base, and Jim Carr calls a balk, and this will move Garrett Lake to second base. When he was getting back to first on a pickoff, and Chris Cota comes all the way out of the dugout onto the field to discuss this with Mike Carr. Joey Martin just made a pickoff move to first, raised the leg, and definitely stepped towards first base. So he made the correct footing. I don't know if his back foot did something weird or if he didn't come set long enough or what the issue was that Mike Carr had. But a balk is ruled, and Garrett Lake, who got aboard via an error, is now in scoring position with 1 out. Chris Cota continues to offer his opinion on the matter, and Mike Carr will have none of it. And this was the same umpiring crew in Cowlitz when we had an interesting scenario 2 days ago. When the Black Bears had a home run, Kerry Arbolita hit a ball that was initially ruled no home run. It was to left center field, and it landed in the field. And both umpires made the safe call, as in no home run. And after talking for about 10 minutes, they changed their mind and said home run. 2-2 pitches swung on and hit well to center field. Not terribly deep, but high in the air. Reese Hernandez makes the catch, and the runner will hold at second base. 2 down in the inning. Espinoza flies out to center. Garrett Lake holds at second. And the next batter is Shea Thomas, the shortstop who struck out in the first inning. Comes from Edmonds Community College. Martin has gotten essentially all 3 players out this inning that he's faced. Just a little flubbed play on an error to get Garrett Lake aboard, and so the inning continues, but just one good pitch away from ending the frame. First pitch is swung on and missed, and Shea Thomas is behind 0-1. So this is the second series between these two clubs in their history. First one this summer. Ridgefield will head up to Port Angeles. First time that the Raptors will play at Civic Field in the history of the franchise. That'll be a week from today to open up that series. 0-1's the count from Joey Martin, and a cutter that swung on and missed, and Martin has continued to fool Shea Thomas. He struck out in the first inning and is now behind 0-2 here in the third inning. 1-0 is the score. Port Angeles leading at the plate in the third. Thomas with a tall batting stance, holding the tan bat across his shoulder, and takes a cutter that just misses the outside corner. Grant Heiser nodding and pointing back to Martin as if to say, good location, good job trying to get him to chase, and nearly getting the back door on the pitch that moves like a slider, but he calls it a cutter. That's good velocity on it in the mid-80s. 1-2 pitch, and the fastball at the belt, and again Heiser nods, but no ball, or no strike is called. Martin continues to pitch just off the plate to try to get Shea Thomas to chase. He has yet to do so. 2 balls and 2 strikes, runner on second, 2 outs. A 1-0 lead for the Lefties. Top of the third as Martin comes, and on the bottom of the zone, Shea Thomas knew it right away and started to walk away from the plate. It is another inning-ending strikeout. Martin has struck out the final batter each inning. He has 5 punch-outs in the ballgame. He strands a runner in scoring position. It's still a 1-0 lead for the Port Angeles Lefties. It's the Raptors coming to the plate after this in the bottom of the third.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded, so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-size utilities in the West by J.D. Power, 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Bottom of the third inning here in Ridgefield. Cody Darcy will get his first at-bat of the ball game. Cody out of Enumclaw, Washington, has a hit in 8 of his last 10 games, and he steps to the plate here in the bottom of the third to face Stephen Brooks, who's pitched 2 scoreless innings. He has 1 run of support from his Port Angeles hitters. The Lefties on top, 1-0. Ridgefield at the plate to try to change that. Cody Darcy takes a ball low from Stephen Brooks. Incoming freshman at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Comes out of Nick Madrigal territory in Elk Grove, California. And Brooks, the 6'6" right-hander, on the mound. The 1-0 pitch misses away from Cody Darcy, the right-handed batter, who takes 2-0 is the count. Cody with 5 home runs on the year. Typically hits well to right field. Has a lot of opposite field power, and the wind blowing well towards right. At the moment, 2-0 pitch from Brooks is a fastball inside. And it's 3-0 to Cody Darcy. How about Ridgefield's offense this year? Not only leading the league in most categories, runs and hits and doubles and home runs and RBIs and batting average, but in terms of individual output, as Darcy misses or takes a miss outside, ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to open the inning. And Ridgefield has its second batter aboard, second base runner of the ball game, as Darcy draws a leadoff walk. And Tanner Jocks to continue the third inning. He's the 9th player in this lineup, the second baseman, batting .253 on the year. Ridgefield, in terms of individual scoring, just in terms of runs scored, has, if you look at the scoreboard now, the most runs scored is Jocks places a bunt down and he goes behind home plate, a foul ball. 0-1's the count with no outs, runner on first. Ridgefield has the number 4 player in the league in terms of runs scored. Number 4 and number 5 and number 6 and number 7. They're all Ridgefield players. Cody Darcy is 5th. He has 21 runs. He's the runner on first base right now. Kobe Morales leads the team with 22 runs. Tanner Jocks at the plate, the 0-1, and Darcy is crossed up. He gets back safely. He was leaning the wrong way in a pickoff move that nearly nabbed him, but Darcy manages to plant his foot and dive back just in time. And he is safe at first. And caught leaning a little bit and kind of took a half step as Brooks started to make the move, and now you can tell Cody Darcy leaning back towards first. Tanner Jocks shows bunt. He pulls back, a ball high, and a throw down to first from the catcher is not in time. And Cody Darcy continues to be ready to run down to second on a sac bunt and has to keep getting back to first. 1-1's the count to Tanner Jocks at Linfield University. 15 RBIs on the year. His task now to lay down a sac bunt. Puts one down the first baseline, and a beauty of a bunt. Stephen Brooks has a tough play. He overhands to first and got him just in time. Tanner Jocks looked like he had either beaten that one out or just barely got beat by the throw. It ends up being the latter. It's still a successful sac bunt. Chris Cota disagreed with it. It was a beauty all the way near first base. And just right on the line, a couple inches fair. And Stephen Brooks overhanded it to first base just in time. And Cody Darcy does get into second on the play. It's a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Tying run at second base in the form of Cody Darcy. Caden Connor is the next batter. with 25 RBIs on the year to lead the team through the first half of the schedule that didn't have any RBIs last series, so he's stuck with 25, which is still one of the better outputs in the league. He is second in the West Coast League. The first pitch to Caden misses outside, ball one. Caden is one of the pretty much every player in this roster that tends to hit the ball to left field, whether it's right-handed batters who pull the ball or left-handed hitters, they go opposite field. Caden is the latter. He's a left-handed hitter. Typically goes left field. He says he just keeps his hands inside and just hits better that way. Takes a pitch outside, ball two. He also sees pitchers throwing him outside a lot as well. He plays for Cal State Fullerton, and most pitchers will try to hit the outside corner more often rather than giving him something to crank to right field and get ahead of it. And he said even if they do, it's hard to get around on the ball. Fastball middle in is juicy if you can get a hold of it, but can you get the barrel around in time? He tends to see balls well on the outside part of the plate and just take them to left field. So he tends to hit gap to gap, or really more like gap to line. Left field line to right field gap is where he typically sits. 2 balls and no strikes, 1 out. Caden Connor rips one through the hole into right field. Cody Darcy will get to third, and they will wave him around. The throw in from right field will be cut off, and no throw at the plate. Cody Darcy scores, and it's Caden Connor getting his 26th RBI of the year, and the Raptors tie it up at 1 apiece. A well-hit single through the right side, no chance for either infielder to get in front of it, and Caden Connor, without an RBI last series, not only gets his first RBI of the second half, he also extends his hitting streak. He's up to 11 games in a row with a base hit. Tanner Jocks' sac bunt comes into play. Cody Darcy scoring from second base on the single. Infield and double play depth as Reese Hernandez, the batter, a hit and run. He hits to second base. They'll try to go the short way to second. Not in time. The throw to first, however, is in time. Although I've seen no signal, the home plate umpire did not make a call, and Mike Carr, the field umpire, was not looking at first. But Reese Hernandez was beat by the throw. If anything, he should stay at first and just make sure, did you actually call me out? He was out, but at second base, Caden Connors ruled safe on a hit and run when he was stealing on the play, and Hernandez grounded to second. Javi Espinoza tried to make the dangerous play and throw it to second. And not all that dangerous after all. They still had time to get Hernandez at first. The throw looked in time to get Caden Connor at second, but they ruled Shea Thomas, the shortstop, got pulled off the bag. So runner on second, 2 outs. John Peck, the batter, takes a strike. It's a 1-1 ball game. Ridgefield tying the contest here in the bottom of the third inning. And John Peck takes a strike. It's 0-1, the count, 2 outs. Caden Connor, the runner at second base, representing the go-ahead run. Stephen Brooks to the plate, and Peck lines one down the right field line. It lands fair. It'll get all the way to the fence on 2 bounces. Caden Connor will score easily. John Peck into second base easily. Oh boy, he makes it look fun. He makes it look easy. John Peck, an RBI double, and the Raptors have their first lead of the ball game. It's 2-1 here in the third inning. John Peck just took that one opposite way. The right-hand hitter got under it, inside outs that pitch down the right field line, and it gets to the fence on 2 bounces. His 10th double of the year. He's up to 23 RBIs, and it scores Caden Connor from second base. 2 runs in on the inning. And now that ground ball comes back to haunt Port Angeles after not getting the out at second base. Kobe Morales takes a pitch outside, 1-0 is the count. 2 outs, the Raptors leading now 2-1. Gave up the first run of the ball game in the second inning, and they score in the third to go up 2 runs to 1. 1-0 is the count from Stephen Brooks. The right-hander throws a breaking ball hit to left center field. Coming in is Garrett Lake, and he can't get there. John Peck will round third and come home on a bloop single by Kobe Morales. Kobe gets an RBI himself. 3 runs in the inning. John Peck running on the crack of the bat with 2 outs. And a little blooper that landed in between the shortstop and center fielder. And all of a sudden, a couple runs come in with 2 outs, and Stephen Brooks in trouble here, giving up a 3 spot in the third inning. Morales gets up to 23 RBIs, so he matches John Peck. They both came into this ball game with 22 on the year. They both notch an RBI here in the third inning. John Peck scores the run on Kobe Morales' RBI single, and it's now 3-1 the score. Stephen Brooks a pitching mound visit, but he will stay in this ball game. here in the third inning. Will Chambers is the next batter. So this inning started with a walk. Cody Darcy drew a 4-pitch base on balls, then a sac bunt, then an RBI single by Caden Connor. Reese Hernandez put him over with a ground out on a hit and run. And then it was an RBI double and an RBI single by John Peck and Kobe Morales, respectively. Will Chambers takes a pitch for a strike, 0-1's the count. The score is the Raptors ahead 3-1. 2 outs in the inning still, runner on first. And Chambers at the plate with his .329 batting average. He did strike out in the second inning. But a chance here in the very next inning. Takes a breaking ball down. Ball 1 to Will out of College of the Canyons. He's the designated hitter today. 5 doubles and 5 home runs on the year for Will Chambers, including a solo home run in the Raptors' most recent game 2 days ago. 1 ball, 1 strike to Will. Batting left-handed, takes a big swing and does not get it. It's 1-2 to Will. Kobe Morales at first base. And Will Chambers at the plate. Infield back into normal positioning. Same for the outfield, deep in right field, with Chambers able to pull one. The runner goes. Morales on the 2-strike pitch, and it gets away from the catcher, and Morales into second. It's a swung-on pitch, however, a drop third strike. And the catcher, Holman, throws down to first to get the put out. So the inning does end on a strikeout swinging. Ridgefield still does score 3 runs in the frame on 3 hits on the third inning by Caden Connor, John Peck, and Kobe Morales. And the Raptors lead at 3-1. We'll head to the 4th inning after this.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Play ball! Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Thanks for joining us on the Raptors live stream. Ridgefield's offense coming alive there in the third inning through 3 innings of play here. The Raptors with 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. All 3 runs coming in last inning. Port Angeles 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. Joey Martin back to the plate, facing Nathan Chong to open up the 4th inning. Joey Martin has given up just 1 hit so far. It was a blooper to right field. They got over the wall for a home run. That's the 1 run so far for the Lefties. He misses on the first pitch this inning to Nathan Chong out of St. Mary's in California. The 1-0 pitch from Martin catches the outside part of home plate. Strike 1 from Joey. 1-1 is the count, with nobody out to start out the 4th. Joey Martin out of the windup, and the lefty deals a strike, and he's ahead 1-2. He's already struck out 5 hitters this inning. Struck out the side in the first, and then ended the second and third innings with a strikeout. So he's up to 5 punch-outs on the day. 26 strikeouts on the summer for Joey Martin. Winds and kicks for the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and how about another punchy? Joey Martin starts out in the 4th with a strikeout. A swinging strikeout of Nathan Chong, who he's gotten to punch out both times today. 1 out in the 4th inning. Ridgefield holding on to that 3-1 lead on a double and 2 singles last inning. Started with a walk, and Cody Darcy scored some small ball to start it out. A walk and a sac bunt, and then a single, a double, a single, and all of a sudden Ridgefield led 3-1. Joey Martin down on the first pitch to Trevor Tashenkel, who hit a ground ball right back to Joey in the second inning. Joey snagged it and threw to first for the out, so Tashenkel 0 for 1 in the ball game. A .263 batting average on the year. He bloops one towards short and over John Peck into left center field. He'll take a big turn around first and hold for a one-out single for Trevor Tashenko. And just the second hit allowed today by Joey Martin. On most days, that first hit probably would have been a fly out to right field, so the first true hit in a sense. And then Tashenko is aboard. Zach Thomas, the next batter, who had that home run, just got under a ball and hit it up into right field and got taken by the wind just over the fence into the grass next to the bullpen and right. And Zach Thomas back to the plate at a Dixie State to face Joey Martin, who throws on the outside part. Strike one from Joey. 0-1's the count. One out, one on. A 3-1 lead. So Zach Thomas representing the tying run here in the fourth inning. A windy day with the flag showing the wind blowing heavily out towards right field all game long today. Good day to be a right-hander, or a left-hander, I mean. That's what Cody Darcy said during BP. Or right-handers with opposite field power, and Zach Thomas himself, a right-handed hitter who got the home run 2 innings ago. The 0-1 pitch to Zach is up and outside, ball one from Joey Martin. 1-1's the count, one out, one on. Ridgefield coming off a series win against Cowlitz, bookending that series with victories. Wasn't as high scoring as most of the season for Ridgefield. Their highest scoring game of that series was 5 runs, a 5-2 victory on Sundays. Martin throws the 1-1 pitch, and it catches the outside corner for strike two. 1-2's the count to Zach Thomas, a 3-1 advantage right now for Ridgefield. 3-1 the final score on Friday against Cowlitz, then 3-2 the Black Bears with the walk-off win, and then 5-2 victory for Ridgefield, so they get the Friday and Sunday victories. And tied for the lowest scoring series on the year for Ridgefield, which has taken a turn where the hitting has not been quite as torrid, but the pitching has picked up, and perfect timing. 1-2 pitch from Joey Martin, breaking ball hammered down the left field line for a foul ball. 1-2 remains the count. 3-1 lead for the Raptors. There were just 16 runs scored between the two teams on the weekend, between the Black Bears and the Raptors. Ridgefield, which has been the #1 scoring offense around the league basically the entire summer. And both teams combined for just 16 runs on the weekend. 1-2 pitch, off-speed hit to left field, and it'll land foul. A little blooper over the third baseman's head. Stays a 1-2 count, one out. And in the top of the fourth inning, Ridgefield still leading 3-1. In fact, it ties the series low, or the season low. The previous West Coast League series against Corvallis, Ridgefield and Corvallis both scored a combined, or each, combined for 16 runs. So each of the last two series has seen a total of 16 runs. The previous low was 37. That's how much of a change that was. 1-2 pitch stays high. 2-2 from Joey Martin with one out, runner on first here in the fourth inning. So Ridgefield just tended to score a lot of runs. The ERA has looked better for the Raptors of late. Again, holding to Cowlitz to just 3 runs or fewer in each of those ball games this weekend. And the Corvallis Knights did not do a whole lot off the Raptors pitchers either in that series. There was a non-league series against Bend in the middle. But those are the last two West Coast League official series. 2-2's the count. Martin gets a swing and a miss from Zach Thomas, and he gets revenge against Thomas after giving up the blooper home run. He strikes him out in the fourth inning. That is 7 punch-outs on the day for Joey Martin. And Jack Holman's the next batter. Runner on first, 2 outs. Top of the fourth inning, Ridgefield ahead 3-1 in this contest. When the Raptors come to the plate in the bottom of the fourth, it'll be Tafton Hensley to lead off. I hope it'll still be with a 3-1 lead. A blooper on the first pitch, hit to shallow center. It'll be the shortstop, John Peck, drifting into the outfield grass and makes the catch right in the back of the infield. And Holman is retired on the first pitch he sees, a pop out to short. And that ends the fourth inning. 1 single on the frame, but Joey Martin strands him at first base. He strikes out 2 in the frame. He's up to 7 on the ball game in terms of punch outs. We had 2 at the bottom of the fourth. It's the Raptors 3 and the Port Angeles Lefties 1.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors. Two great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Bottom of the fourth inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Beautiful venue, beautiful day for baseball from Ridgefield. In the mid-70s today, decent amount of wind, so this sweatshirt wouldn't hurt, especially if you're going to show up tomorrow when we'll top out at 75 degrees. So we'll be in the 60s most of tomorrow's ball game for another 6:35 first pitch, a wedding to precede tomorrow's festivities, festivities all the way around. A baseball game and a wedding tomorrow with Eli Schubert getting hitched, the relief pitcher for Ridgefield. So come on by and show up early, about 6 o'clock, and catch a wedding and then a ball game. Right here in today's contest, it's 3-1. The Ridgefield Raptors leading. Tafton Hensley to the plate to open up the bottom of the fourth inning. Tafton got hit by a pitch in the second inning, but struck out on a pitch he was ruled to have leaned into. He's now at the plate and takes a ball outside from Stephen Brooks, the 6'6" incoming freshman for Cal Poly San Luis Obispo out of Cosumnes Oaks High School in Elk Grove, California. Getting his second start of the year. 1-0 pitch is hit high into the air, not deep. It should stay in the infield. The shortstop, Shea Thomas, coming over across the bag and makes the catch in front of his second baseman, Espinoza. And Shea Thomas makes the catch for out number one. Grant Heiser to the plate with the bases empty. A 3-1 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. The offense has not been quite as torrid of late, but they've gotten the wins. They swept Bend and got 2 out of 3 against Cowlitz, so they're 2-1 in the second half. Ridgefield could get their first playoff berth in franchise history by winning the second half, or one other method is Heiser wants to drag bunt, places a nice roller down the third baseline, sprinting to first. He's in time, and he will head to second as the ball gets behind the first baseman, and Heiser dives in safely to second base. Give him a bunt single and an error to advance. Grant Heiser with a nice drag bunt. How about a catcher getting aboard on a drag? And he gets all the way to second on an error on the throw. Grant Heiser places one down, his first drag bunt single of the summer. And it is ruled a single with an error on the advancement. First error of the ball game on Port Angeles, so he's into scoring position here with 1 out. The throw got away from the first baseman. Would not have beaten Grant Heiser. He was there ahead of the throw either way. Next batter is Cody Darcy, and he takes a ball outside. 1-0 is the count. He's seen 5 pitches today. They've all been balls. He came around to score the tying run in the third inning when he drew a 4-pitch walk and scored on an RBI single by Caden Connor. 1-0 pitch to Cody. He hits one over the pitcher, and it bounces into center field. It'll be a single for Cody Darcy. They will hold Grant Heiser at third, and Darcy gets a 1-out single to put runners on the corners. It was nearly snagged by the pitcher and then the second baseman after it bounced past Stephen Brooks, but neither lefty could get it. And it's into center field for a 1-out single for Cody Darcy. He's gotten aboard both times today. His streak continues. 9 hits in his last 11 games now. So Heiser stops at third. And Cody Darcy at first. It's the 9-hole hitter Tanner Jocks to the plate. 1 out in the inning, and on the first pitch, a breaking ball that gets away from Brooks, and it hits Tanner Jocks on the shoulder, and a hit by pitch that loads the bases. Tanner Jocks stood in there, and the very first pitch he saw didn't look like it hurt all that much because it wasn't a fastball, but still, getting up, hit near the head is going to hurt no matter what. But he took it well and barely flinched, and he trots down to first base for a hit by pitch. Bases juiced now, and the next hitter is Caden Connor. That pushes Cody Darcy into scoring position. Grant Heiser holding at third. 1 out, bottom of the fourth inning. A Raptors lead of 3-1. Caden Connor at the plate already has 1 RBI on the day. He was on pace with 25 RBIs through the first half to tie the single season record in Ridgefield history. First pitch this at-bat to Caden is on the black, outside part, strike 1 to Caden. Out of Cal State Fullerton, the record in a single season for Ridgefield is 50 RBIs, and that was in a 54-game season. This West Coast League summer of 2021 shifted down to 48 games. And Caden was still on pace for the first half. Now he hits an off-speed pitch down the line, and it stays fair. He gets all the way to the corner, and it'll kick off the fence and get into the bullpen. It'll be a ground rule double for Caden Connor. It kicked over the wall or through a hole in the fence there and got into the bullpen. It's a 2 RBI double with the bases loaded, and Caden Connor has 3 runs batted in on the day. The Raptors lead it 5-1. A well-ripped ball by Caden Connor that just barely stayed fair and skipped down into the corner and glanced off the retaining wall on the right field side and kicked into the bullpen for Port Angeles. And Caden Connor gets into second. That actually hurts Ridgefield. Maybe it would have been the same scenario. Perhaps Tanner Jocks could have scored from first on the play. But overall, Ridgefield will take a 2 RBI double. Can't complain about that. And Caden Connor now has an RBI single and a 2 RBI double in the last 2 innings. So that scores Grant Heiser from third, who got aboard via a drag bunt. And it scores Cody Darcy from second after his single, and Tanner Jocks gets into third. So runners in second and third, another mound visit, and Stephen Brooks has seen 2 such visits. There is a thrower in the Port Angeles bullpen, right where that ball got to, from Caden Connor on a line drive down the right field line. Next batter is Reese Hernandez. And with 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position, he takes a strike. 0-1's the count. 5-1 is the score. Ridgefield leading in the bottom of the 4th inning, scoring all 5 runs in the last couple of frames. Reese Hernandez has a pair of ground outs on the ball game. Has 2 runners aboard now. The 0-1 pitch misses away. 1-1's the count. He had a rare 4-6-3 ground out last inning. Not a double play, just a 4-6-3 ground out. The throw to second was not in time to get the lead runner, but the throw on from the shortstop did beat out Reese Hernandez at first base. 1-1's the count, and Hernandez starts to swing. He holds back, and it is called a ball. It did not go around, and it's 2-1 to Reese Hernandez. Has had 100 at-bats on the season exactly. He's hitting .318 on the summer. Trying to extend his on-base streak of 18 games in a row with a hit or a walk. Off-speed, and he hammers it to right field. It'll carry towards the track, and it will be caught by the right fielder. Tagging from third is Tanner Jocks. Both runners will try to advance, and they both will get in safely. It's an RBI sac fly for Reese Hernandez, and the Raptors lead it 6-1. Caden Connor slides feet first into third. Tanner Jocks scores standing up on the sac fly. That was caught in front of the track by Coleman Schmidt, and the throw in was not in time to get Caden Connor at third. And so 2 runners advance. Tanner Jocks scores at 6-1. The Raptors leading. And John Peck to the plate, 2 for 2 in the ball game, a double and a single with an RBI as well, and he has scored. First pitch, a breaking ball that misses inside ball 1. John Peck, who had that home run, said it felt good. He likes it. Was a pitch up and in on a fastball from a left-hander, and any fastballs from lefties, he'll take it as far as he can. 1-0 pitch is high, ball 2. I asked him if he typically likes pitches that high. Does he normally like middle in or up high? And he says not normally pitches that high, but that one he just cranked it to left field up in Longview and went 386 feet. A 3-run home run for John Peck 2 days ago. Now the 2-0 pitch is swung, and he again hammers one. It'll be foul, but that one was absolutely launched up in the air into foul territory. Again on a pitch up and in. So maybe he does like those ones because he has barreled those up. And if that one was straight, that one could have gotten into the heavens and towards the bullpen and left if he could put that one in fair territory. 2 outs, runner on third. The 2-1 pitch to John swung on and tapped foul between the legs of the catcher Jack Holman. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ridgefield scoring 3 runs last inning. They've scored 3 runs this inning. And John Peck at the plate with a runner on third. The Raptors ahead 6-1 in this contest. They did trail in this game after giving up a solo home run. but 6 straight runs have put Ridgefield firmly in control, but a lot of baseball to go. Bottom of the 4th inning. Stephen Brooks to the plate, and a swung on blooper to shallow center, and it can't be caught. It's into center field for an RBI base hit. John Peck with a little fister past second base, and it scores Caden Connor from third. John is now 3 for 3 in the ball game. He was already third in the West Coast League in base hits, and he is gunning for first place. He has 3 hits in the day, 2 RBIs. He's at first base as Kobe Morales comes to the plate. So John came in 1 hit behind Kobe Morales in hits. They were second and third in the West Coast League. And with 3 hits in the day, John has surpassed Kobe, and Kobe Morales is one of his own today. With 2 outs, he swings on a hit and run. John dives in head first to second base, but it's a foul ball behind home plate. And John Peck, who didn't see it, has to look around and be informed about the preceding happenings, and upon being informed, he trots back to first. 0-1's the count, 2 outs, runner on first. Ridgefield now scoring 7 runs just in the last 2 innings. 7-1 is the score, bottom of the 4th. Kobe Morales at the plate, hitting .333 on the year, had an RBI single last inning. 0-1's the count from Stephen Brooks. Comes to the plate, and a breaking ball that stays outside. 1-1's the count. No, actually, I think they ruled that one no pitch. And indeed, they said no pitch. Apparently, time was called right before he threw, and so the count remains 0-1 to Kobe Morales. Now this one will count. He throws a fastball hit to center field, and it will drop in front of Garrett Lake. He cuts it off in right center. Going first to third is John Peck. He dives in safely on a head-first slide. It's a single for Kobe Morales, who ties John Peck right back up. They are neck and neck and currently second in the West Coast League, tied at hits, with Morales' 2-out single there to push John Peck into third. And they have been 2 of the best hitters in the league this season, and just on a tear. This probably will end it for Stephen Brooks, and indeed a pitching change here in the middle of the 4th inning. 3 runs last inning, 4 runs this frame, and this has gotten away from Stephen Brooks. The incoming freshman at Cal Poly has now given up 5 hits this inning alone. He's given up 9 hits in the ball game through 3 2/3 innings, and a new pitcher coming in here in the 4th. Raptors lead at 7-1. Kobe Morales into first base after his single, and John Peck got to third base on the base hit. So Will Chambers will come to the plate. Ridgefield batting around the order here. Will is the 9th batter to come up, and he will face a new pitcher here, with the Raptors leading at 7-1. How about the last couple of innings? It all started with Cody Darcy's walk in the 3rd. Ridgefield had gone 2 scoreless innings, just 1 single by John Peck, and that was all the offense they had. A 1-2-3 second inning. But Cody Darcy walked in the 3rd, and that kind of opened up the floodgates. A sac bunt by Tanner Jocks. Caden Connor singled Darcy in, and then a double and a single later that inning to score runs. And then in the 4th inning, it just got worse for Port Angeles. There were basically the last 7 batters have all gotten aboard, save for Reese Hernandez, and even he had an RBI sac fly. Other than that, it's been 5 hits and a hit by pitch. And so this one has gotten away from Port Angeles here in the 4th inning. Still a lot to be played, so they could get right back into it. But they need 1 more out here to end the 4th inning. 2 outs in the 4th. It's 7-1. The Raptors lead it. New pitcher coming in for Port Angeles. Looks like Caden Lewis out of Edmonds Community College. Caden making his 9th appearance on the season. He has gone 13 innings so far, has an ERA of just 1.35. He had gone 6 straight appearances without an earned run before finally giving up 1 against Bellingham in 3 innings. He's struck out 22 batters in 13 innings, just 8 walks and 6 hits. So he has been really solid for Port Angeles. And for Ridgefield, you're kind of happy that Caden Lewis comes in here, because you know you're going to see him at some point in the series. Might as well face him early, and especially when you're already leading 7-1, to try to hit him around a little bit. And even if he does pitch well, you've got a decent amount of run support already. 7-1 is the score, bottom of the 4th inning, and Caden Lewis on the mound. Will Chambers steps in, and we're ready to resume after the pitching change. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. Caden Lewis, the right-hander, throws a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Will Chambers did strike out both of the last 2 innings. He's 0 for 2 in the day. But a chance to get something productive here and score a runner from third. Runners on the corners. 0-1's the count from Caden Lewis, working from the first base side of the rubber. Gets a swing and a miss from Chambers. And it's 0-2 with 2 outs. Outfield playing fairly deep to Will, who does have 5 home runs on the year. No longer tied for the lead. Noah Williamson broke that with his 6th home run, first to get to 6 around the West Coast League. 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball that does not find the plate. 1-2 to the count at 72 miles an hour from Caden Lewis. John Peck, the runner at third. Kobe Morales, the runner at first. Both with singles this inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lewis from the stretch. From Edmonds Community College, throws in a ground ball back up the middle. It hops over the second base bag into center field. It's an RBI single for Will Chambers, and this inning just keeps on getting better. Ridgefield has batted around the order, and every player pretty much has done something productive. Will Chambers with an RBI single. This inning started with a pop-up by Tafton Hensley, and Tafton will come back. He's the only player to have an unproductive out this inning. The only other player to get out was Reese Hernandez, and he had a sac fly. So Tafton's pop-up, which started this inning, he'll now try to not end it and get something to add on to. The 5-run inning now. He takes a strike, 0-1's the count. 8-1's the lead now for Ridgefield. An RBI single for Will Chambers to score John Peck. Kobe Morales holding at second base. So runners in first and second, 2 outs. Caden Lewis throws a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and Tafton Hensley behind 0-2. Ridgefield up to 10 hits on the ball game now. That's their season average, which is first in the league, and they have gotten to that average real quick here in the 4th inning. Swung on in the ground ball down the third base side, and wide of Tafton's head coach, both at College of the Canyons and here at Ridgefield, Chris Cota. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 aboard. Ridgefield scoring 8 runs between the 3rd and 4th innings. They lead at 8-1, and the 4th inning continuing. Tafton at the plate. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and grounded foul behind home plate. Tafton is from North Carolina. Spent the off day yesterday floating down the river with a bunch of his teammates. He grew up on a lake, Lake Norman in North Carolina. So his hobbies largely revolved around water sports. Kobe Morales, a big lead from second base, but a swing and a miss by Hensley. And that does finally end the inning. Ridgefield brings 10 batters to the plate and end up getting 6 hits in the inning and 5 runs overall. The Raptors take an 8-1 lead through 4 innings of play. Stay with us on the Raptors live stream.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, treats in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Ridgefield continuing to pile up runs in the last couple of innings, putting up 3 runs in the 3rd, 5 runs in the 4th, and I'm excited to see what they do in the 5th inning. In the meantime, Ridgefield back out to the field. Joey Martin returns to the bump. Top of the 5th inning, the Raptors holding a lead of 8-1. Coleman Schmidt to lead off for the Port Angeles Lefties out of St. Mary's in Moraga, California. The right fielder steps up after striking out against Joey Martin back in the second inning. He now leads off the fifth. One of 7 strikeouts today for Joey Martin, who gets a foul ball behind home plate to open up the fifth inning. Joey Martin allowing 2 hits so far, 1 run, an elongated fourth inning. So he had a long break there to keep his head in the game, and now comes back out, and he does get ahead of the first batter he sees. The 0-1 pitch to Coleman Schmidt misses. 1-1 is the count from Joey Martin to Coleman Schmidt, is hitting 164 on the year. So Ridgefield facing 2 of the lower offensive output teams in the league the last 2 series. Cowlitz last on the weekend. A ground ball that hits the bat twice of Coleman Schmidt goes out to Martin, but it is a foul ball. 1-2 is the count. Now Martin will throw to first just to make sure, and Kobe Morales drops it. Now both umpires say foul ball, and I don't know if they ever made a ruling at first, and they kind of look at each other and say, foul ball, yes, okay, yeah, and they were right. It hit the bat twice after hitting the ground in between, so it should be a foul ball. 1-2 is the count, leadoff man, top of the fifth. Raptors leading at 8-1. So Ridgefield facing Cowlitz on the weekend. The Black Bears have the fewest runs in the league coming in as Schmidt fouls one off. And it's 1-2 still. Now Cowlitz, after that series, now it's Port Angeles with the fewest runs in the league, although they're 9th, that's second to last, in runs per game. They have 4.3 runs per game. Ridgefield leads the West Coast League with 6.8, and that is going to jump up here today. They have 8 runs already, and we're not even halfway through the ball game. Joey Martin winds and throws a 1-2 pitch, a cutter that's fouled at the plate and behind home. Nearly held on to by Grant Heiser. But the at-bat continues to Coleman Schmidt. So Port Angeles averaging 7 hits a game. They have 28 doubles on the year, which is a little bit more than a third of what Ridgefield has. 65 doubles on the year for the Raptors coming in. They've already picked up 2 more here today. And 20 home runs on the year for Ridgefield, 14 for Port Angeles. Misses outside from Martin on the 1-2 pitch. In terms of batting average as well and slugging percentage, it's the best in the league versus second to last in the league in this series. Ridgefield with the best batting average and slugging percentage around the WCL. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and how about 8 strikeouts in the ball game for Joey Martin? He has struck out 3 of his last 5, and 8 punch-outs on the day for Joey, who just continues to get swing and misses. And Coleman Schmidt strikes out for the second time today. Carson Crawford, the next batter. He flew out to right field to open up the third inning. He's again got the bases empty here in the fifth. Joey Martin throws, and it nearly hits him inside, and it does not quite skim the legs of Carson Crawford. He spins away from it. And it's 1-0 to Carson Crawford from Cal Berkeley. The third baseman's ahead 1-0, an 8-1 lead for Ridgefield. The next pitch is hit well to left field. Going over is Tafton Hensley. He's not able to get in front of it. It lands in fair territory, and Crawford will take a big turn around first, and he will get into second on the throw from Hensley that went over second base. Crawford was hanging about 4/10 the way to second base on the throw in, waiting to see what would happen, and Hensley airmailed one over second base. It was backed up by the first baseman Morales, but Crawford, seeing that throw come in high, broke for second and gets in safely. So give him a single and then an error to advance him. E7 on the play, and just the third hit of the day to get Port Angeles a runner on board. Next batter's Garrett Lake to lead off, the leadoff hitter, Run on, 1 out, runner on second base. And Lake will call time. Looked like he got something in his eye before the first pitch. Garrett out of Purdue Fort Wayne, the Division I program. Center fielder takes a ball 1-0. He's probably the best hitter in this Port Angeles squad by the numbers. He leads the team in OPS. His slugging is pretty good because he's got 5 home runs to lead the team. So an OPS just under 800. 1-0 pitch to Garrett is outside at 2-0. But he's one of the rare players, you almost never see this, where you can probably say he's the best hitter on the team, but he's got the 11th best batting average on the team. That's right, 11th best. But he's still probably been the most productive just because most of his hits have been pretty good ones, timely ones, and 5 home runs. He hits 200 in terms of batting average, and that's dropped down below the Mendoza line. He's 0 for 2 in the day. Breaking ball on the 2-0 pitch that hits the corner. 2-1's the count on a cutter that slides away from Garrett Lake, but for a strike. He's got 5 home runs, but surprisingly just 11 RBIs on the year. Had a 3 home run game earlier this year, but just 4 RBIs in that ball game with 3 dingers on the day. 2-1 pitch is swung on and hit a blooper into shallow outfield into center. Coming sprinting in is the center fielder Hernandez, and he makes the catch on an almost dead sprint in shallow left center. Good run by Reese Hernandez, who read that one well and tracked it on the run and made the catch for the second out of the inning. Javi Espinoza, the next batter, with 2 down here in the 5th. The Raptors holding on to the 8-1 lead in the 5th inning. Espinoza from St. Mary's of California to the plate. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game, a walk as well. Left-handed hitter against left-handed pitcher. First pitch to Espinoza is blooped into right field. Caden Connor coming in, and he leans down to make a shoelace catch. Caden Connor stays on his feet to grab that ball on the run in right field, and he makes the inning-ending grab just above the turf in right field. Caden Connor has made some standout plays in the outfield this year, and he has held true as a tremendous defensive player. Joey Martin gives him a little thank you as they're coming off the field, and Joey continues to pitch scoreless innings. He's given up just 1 run today on 3 hits. We're at the halfway point of this ball game. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up. The Raptors ahead 8-1.
Found a giant spider in my bed. Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head. Got ants around my sink, and I am starting to think. Yes, but that I know are gonna make me pest-free. Natura Pest Control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natura Pest Control, call today, get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, where Grant Heiser will lead off this 5th inning against Caden Lewis, with the Raptors ahead 8-1 in this ball game. Heiser takes a strike to open up this at-bat and the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th, Ridgefield scoring all 8 runs in the last 2 innings. They went scoreless in the first 2, but were not to be denied the last 2 innings. Heiser turns away from a slider that almost clipped the shoulder, but runs inside. 1-1's the count to the right-hand hitter, Grant Heiser, out of Seattle University. .261 batting average on the year for Grant. Has a single and a ground out on the day. 1-1 pitch is swung on and hit foul on the third base side. 1-2's the count to the leadoff man. Grant kind of tinkering with his swing of late, and BP doing well. He's a critical thinker, and he's constantly trying to tinker with his swing and with his approach and footwork, and realized he was having a problem earlier, kind of coming out of his stance as he was swinging, coming up too high as he was taking his swing, staying lower on his feet. He checks his swing and apparently did go around on a ball in the dirt, and he's tagged out. Drop third strike, but a tag at the plate, and Heiser is down on strikes to open up the 5th inning. He's been hitting better and looking better, but he does strike out there. Cody Darcy is next with 1 out. Cody kind of started this whole run. He was the leadoff man in the 3rd inning and walked, and he was the first of 8 players to score for Ridgefield in the next 2 innings. He hits one high and foul on the right field side. 0-1's a count at 90 miles an hour from Caden Lewis from Edmonds Community College. Came in to limit the damage in the 4th inning after Stephen Brooks was chased. Gave up one more single, did Caden Lewis, but then finally got the job done. Lewis throws the 0-1, a breaking ball that is in there for a strike. 0-2 the count to Cody Darcy. Got to see his family in Cowlitz. They traveled in and watched those games in Longview in that weekend series. 0-2 pitch is swung on, and a nubber towards the right side of the infield. It gets past the pitcher. It'll be the first baseman underhanding to first, and just barely in time. Nathan Chong coming in to make the play and give it back to Caden Lewis, and the pitcher covers for the second out of the inning. Tanner Jocks, the batter. A hit by pitch and a run scored last inning, and a sac bunt in the third. So he is still 0 for 0 in this contest. Will get his first at-bat here, unless he walks or draws another hit by pitch. Takes the pitch down and away. Ball 1 to Tanner. 1-0 is the count. 8-1 is the score. Ridgefield leading the series opener, facing Port Angeles, which does have the lowest winning percentage in the league, so the Raptors trying to pick up some wins here in the next couple series. Tanner fouls a pitch off as Caden Lewis lost his ball cap on the throw. Heavy wind towards right field most of today's ball game, and Lewis lost the Neapolitan colored ball cap. Orange bill, white front, and blue back on the ball cap for Port Angeles. Ridgefield with the red uniforms today. 1-1's the count from Caden Lewis. A breaking ball hit foul behind home for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Ridgefield going from a 1-0 deficit to an 8-1 lead. And Tanner Jocks at the plate. Base is empty here with 2 outs. From the windup comes Caden Lewis, and a swing and a miss. It's down in the dirt, and they'll have to throw down to first. The catcher accurately, Holman to Chong for the putout. And Tanner Jocks is retired. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Caden Lewis. And Ridgefield finally goes scoreless, so they went the first 2 innings scoreless, then scored 8 runs between the next 2 innings, and now go scoreless again in the 5th. Raptors still in front, 8-1. We head to the 6th inning on the other side of this break.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, regional and express service to Portland, and connector service within the city limits of Camas, LaCenter, and Ridgefield. And if you don't have cash, no problem. C-Tran now accepts digital payments with Hop FastPass. So hit a home run and leave the driving to us. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Glad to have you with us as we make our way towards the 6th inning here in Ridgefield. It's the Raptors ahead by 7 runs in this ball game. 8-1 is the count as the Raptors come back out on the field, and a new pitcher now for Ridgefield. Jacob Acosta comes in out of Cal State Bakersfield and has 7 runs in support from the offense. So the final line for Joey Martin ends his start after 5 innings thrown, so 2 straight starts, going 5 innings, allowing 1 earned run. And even that 1 earned run was on a solo homer on a fly ball that probably would not have gotten out on most days or most ballparks, but the wind took it, and give credit to Zach Thomas and made use of the circumstances. But Joey Martin, just that 1 ball ended up being the only earned run he allowed, and it put Port Angeles up 1-0. But Ridgefield has worked back to score 8 straight runs since then. Jacob Acosta comes in, making his 3rd appearance on the summer, and last pitched against Bellingham 12 days ago. Went 1 1/3 innings. He has an ERA of 5.4 so far, going 3 1/3 innings in total. First pitch of the 6th inning is a called strike from Acosta. Pitches for Cal State Bakersfield as a right-hander. Stands at 6'2". He's from Exeter, California. He's in 0-1 to Shea Thomas, the shortstop, who faced Joey Martin twice, struck out twice. Takes a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to Shea Thomas. 8 strikeouts on the day for Joey Martin, and he walked just one. He did not hit any batters and allowed just 3 hits. Probably the best appearance on the year for Joey Martin. 0-2 pitch is a bit outside, and it's 1-2 from Jacob Acosta. Just starting out the 6th inning between Ridgefield and Port Angeles. Defensive alignment with Captain Hensley in left field, Reese Hernandez in center, and Caden Connor in right field. 1-2 pitch is hit foul into the body of Grant Heiser, who came up wincing a bit, but looked like he's okay. And the umpire, Jim Courtney, will walk out to Acosta and give a little extra time for Heiser to collect himself, kind of wiggling the right foot back and forth a bit, but seems to be okay. It's still a 1-2 count. Leadoff man in the 6th inning. Ridgefield ahead 8-1. Caden Connor, the right fielder, like I just mentioned, playing pretty decent depth, not too deep into right. The wind blowing steadily, but not quite as hard as it has been at certain times today. Pitch misses outside. It's 2-2 from Acosta to Shea Thomas, who plays for Edmonds Community College. 2-2's the count from Acosta, and the fastball grounded towards the right side. Tanner Jocks, the second baseman, will have to run in on 3 bounces, underhands, and the long reach from first. And Morales gets the out on a nice play by Tanner Jocks to run in. And Thomas is retired on a inning opening ground out. Nathan Chong, the next batter. 1 out, nobody on. An 8-1 lead for Ridgefield. Caden Connor was in a fun little conversation with 2 of his teammates the other day. We're right in the middle of a series, both against the Cowlitz Black Bears, but also in Major League Baseball, and the Seattle Mariners were facing the Los Angeles Angels. Caden Connor comes from Anaheim Hills, is naturally a big Angels fan. Meanwhile, a lot of his teammates are big Mariners fans, since a lot of players coming from the Evergreen State, namely Cody Darcy and Thomas Blayhouse, the 2 he was talking with. Acosta misses outside, ball 1 to Nathan Chong, who, similar to Shea Thomas, has been up to the plate twice and struck out twice. Shea finally did not strike out. He grounded out, and now Nathan Chong hoping to do even better. 1-0 pitch is a ball outside. It's 2-0 from Jacob Acosta. Actually, yeah, there's a pinch hitter up now for Port Angeles. Bryce Matthews is listed as the hitter, and so a pinch hitter here in the 6th inning for Port Angeles. And it's outside, ball 3 to Bryce Matthews, who is ahead 3-0 in his first at-bat today here in the 6th inning. Acosta throws in the outside corner, and it's a strike. 3-1's the count. So in that series between Seattle and Los Angeles, there's a bit of a bet going on between Caden Connor and his 2 Mariner fan teammates. 3-1 pitch is down, ball 4, and Bryce Matthews walks on 5 pitches. He's the first base runner Acosta has allowed. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 6th inning, Ridgefield leading 8-1. Trevor Tashenko, the next batter. Left-handed hitter steps in, 1 for 2 in the ball game out of Cal Berkeley. So the bet going on was whichever team wins the series between the Mariners and the Angels, one of those, either the Mariner fans, that Cody Darcy and Thomas Blayhouse get bragging rights, and Chipotle was on the line, some burritos. A ground ball to second base, a 2-hopper to Tanner Jocks. He'll throw to second in time there. The throw on to first, not in time, on a high chopper that took a long time to get to Tanner Jocks. He does get the lead runner on a force out at second base. So Bryce Matthews retired. Trevor Tashenko into first base on a fielder's choice. So 2 outs in the inning, 1 on. Zach Thomas, the next batter. He has yet to put a ball playable by any fielder. He has struck out once and hit a home run once. So in true Major League fashion, a lot of home runs, a lot of strikeouts, and he's done 1 of each today. Comes from Dixie State, the designated hitter today, with his first home run on the summer. Facing Jacob Acosta for the first time, the right-hand pitcher misses inside. 1-0 is the count. 2 outs, Raptors ahead 8-1. So that 3-game series between the Mariners and the Angels finished the pre-All-Star break. Those 2 teams also will start out the post-All-Star stretch a few days from now on Friday, but the Mariners got the first win. Mitch Haniger, a grand slam, former West Coast League player, and Seattle went on to sweep the Angels in that 3-game series. A breaking ball from Acosta evens the count at 1-1 on a strike from Jacob. 2 outs, runner on first. And so Caden Connor, unfortunately, will be the victim of that bet, and he gives way. 3 games for the Mariners to win. Mariners actually playing pretty well. 5 games above 500. They're 3.5 games back of the Oakland A's for the wild card spot. Breaking ball misses inside, and it's 2-1 from Jacob Acosta. So congratulations to Thomas Playhouse and Cody Darcy for winning that bet. They're both big Mariners fans. Thomas Playhouse, who pitches for the University of Washington right there in Seattle, and Cody Darcy, who's from Enumclaw. Happy to see that 3-game sweep. 2-1 pitch from Jacob Acosta. Blooper into right field. It'll get down for a single. And going first to third is Trevor Tashenko. The throw in from right field will not be in time. And so it's a 2-out single for Zach Thomas. And Tashenko into third base. Runners on the corners for Port Angeles. First time today they've had a runner at third base. Their only run today on a homer. And so Thomas, 2 for 3 in the ball game. And next batter is Jack Holman. A fly out and a pop out on the ball game for Jack. Left-hand hitter against right-hand pitcher. Jacob Acosta has come in. 2 ground outs, a walk and a single so far for Jacob. Here in the 6th inning, Raptors ahead 8-1. Infield normal positioning here, almost towards double play depth, even though there are 2 outs. Pop up into shallow left field. Coming in is Tafton Hensley. It's the shortstop going out, and John Peck makes a running catch, loses the hat. Who needs it anyways? He lost it right away, all the way back on the infield dirt. Tanner Jocks comes over to collect it and hand it back to him. A nice play by John Peck to end the inning. And Jacob Acosta strands 2 in the frame. He pitches a scoreless 6th in his first inning of work, giving up 1 hit and no errors on the frame. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's the Raptors 8 and the Lefties 1.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Join the Ridgefield Raptors for warm sunshine, great food, and exciting top-level college baseball at the Rourke. Bring your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers for a relaxing night outdoors this season. Your group can welcome us on the Les Schwab left field platform, the Leonard Homes and Dick Hanna Grass Burbs, or the First Centennial and Wellhaven Pet Health picnic areas. There's nothing like a Ridgefield Raptors summer baseball game. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Bottom of the 6th inning here in Ridgefield. The Raptors opening up this series in strong fashion. Most runs they've scored in a little while here for Ridgefield. After winning 2 out of 3 games in low-scoring affairs against Cowlitz, Ridgefield leading this ball game 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. That is the most runs Ridgefield has scored since July 1st when the Raptors had an 8-5 victory over Bellingham. The day after a 15-10 win over Bellingham. Ridgefield has scored double-digit runs on 7 occasions this year, and today they are on pace to do it yet again. Caden Connor to the plate, already 2 for 3 in the ball game, an RBI single, an RBI double, increasing its lead in the West Coast League. Caden Lewis back to the mound and throws a strike to open up the bottom of the 6th inning at 90 miles an hour. Caden Connor, who came into this ball game with a dozen doubles on the year. That is 1 more than the next closest player in the West Coast League, which is his own teammate, Kobe Morales. Caden now getting to a baker's dozen of doubles on the year. Takes the 0-1 pitch for a strike. That's a quick question about it for Jim Courtney, but it is 0-2 for Caden Connor. So 2 for 3 in the ball game. He came in with a .272 batting average He's on a 10-game hitting streak that he's extended to now 11 games in a row with at least one hit. 0-2 the count from Lewis, and throws a pitch fouled on the left field side. It might get out of play. Running out of room is the third baseman. Did he make the catch on the netting? And yes, he did hold on. The third baseman, Crawford, pulled it in just on the edge of the playing surface and made the catch, pushed into the netting, and held on to it for the out. And that's one down here in the bottom of the sixth. Reese Hernandez to the plate. Had an RBI sac fly last time up. He's still trying to extend his streak. He takes a pitch for a strike. He has gone 18 straight games with either a hit or a walk. Most of them, a couple of them. The last game he had 2 walks and a single. He has 0-1 count with 1 out, nobody on. In the sixth, Lewis deals a fastball low. Ball 1 from Caden. Hernandez hitting .318 on the summer. Third best just among these starters. Morales with a .333 average. He hammers one to right field. Could be playable in a leaping attempt by the right fielder, and he did not make the catch. Kept it by his body, but the right fielder Schmidt dove out and had some leather on it, but was unable to pull it in. It'll go down as a single for Reese Hernandez, a 1-out base hit. And Ridgefield with another base runner aboard on a well-hit ball by Reese Hernandez, and it was kind of tailing away from Coleman Schmidt, who laid out for that ball, and he must have just barely not held on to it, because when he came up off the turf, the ball was right underneath his body, but he clearly did not make the catch. He had to pick it up with the bare hand on the turf, and it is a single, 11th hit on the ball game for Ridgefield today. We're still only in the 6th inning. John Peck has taken care of 3 of those hits. He takes a pitch for a ball, 1 out, 1 on. The Raptors ahead 8-1. John Peck has 2 singles and a double. Each of the last 2 hits also including RBIs, and he went on to score both times. 1-0 pitch to John, a slider inside, ball 2 to John Peck out of Pepperdine University. He's on a 9-game hitting streak. 24 RBIs now on the year for John Peck. He's only spent 1 year in college. He turns 19. 5 days from now. 2-0 pitch from Caden Lewis. Breaking ball that drops below the buckle. 2-1 the count. Reese Hernandez, the runner on first. Does extend that streak to 19 games in a row with a hit or a single for Reese Hernandez. John Peck at the plate. The 2-1 pitch to John is swung on. A soft grounder to short. It's bobbled by the shortstop, and he has no throw. Shea Thomas had it bounce off his glove into his chest, and he recollected it, looked at second and looked at first, and neither one was playable. And it's an error on the shortstop. John Peck has reached base all 4 at-bats. This is the first time he doesn't get a hit. And second error on the ball game for Port Angeles. Kobe Morales, the next batter. He's got hits in his last 2 at-bats. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Kobe Morales at the plate, runners in first and second, 1 out. A 7-run lead for the Raptors. First pitch is grounded to first base. It's fielded in fair territory, and only 1 play for Nathan Chong. He'll run it to the bag for an unassisted ground out, but both runners do advance 90 feet. John Peck into second, Reese Hernandez into third. And that is the second out of the inning. So bottom of the 6th, 2 runners in scoring position for Will Chambers. An RBI single in the 4th inning with 2 outs. And again, an RBI opportunity with 2 outs for Will Chambers. 6th inning, comes in with a .329 batting average. Got his 20th RBI last time to the plate. First pitch is a ground ball towards second base. Running time from the second baseman Espinoza. He can't get in front of it. It's a single for Chambers, and this will score 2. Coming in sliding is John Peck. He gets in. And a 2 RBI single for Will Chambers. And he has 3 ribbies on the ball game. The Raptors take a 10-1 lead. 2 unearned runs on Caden Lewis, but Chambers hit that one well enough to get away from Espinoza, who went sprinting towards it. Didn't rifle through the infield, but it was well placed. And Tafton Hensley is next up, his college teammate on first base. Will Chambers out of College of the Canyons. Hensley grounds one foul. John Peck scoring from second base. Reese Hernandez scores for the first time today. John Peck with 3 runs scored today and 3 hits 0-1 the count from Caden Lewis. 2 outs, runner on first. Ridgefield now leading 10-1. Hensley takes a breaking ball for a strike. And it's 0-2 to Tafton, who is 0 for 3 in the ball game. If he gets a hit here, then he'd be the 8th player in today's game to get a hit. Swings and misses the 0-2, and he'll have to wait for that moniker. But still a good inning for Ridgefield. They get 2 runners aboard to start out. Will Chambers brings them both home on a 2 RBI single. And the Raptors take a 10-1 lead heading into the 7th inning. Thanks for joining us on the Raptors live stream.
A lot has changed in Clark County since C-Tran began service in 1981. We've changed with it. 30 bus routes, 2 bus rapid transit projects, and millions of rides later, C-Tran has grown into an award-winning transit system serving Clark County, including the city limits of Ridgefield. Please join C-Tran in celebrating an amazing 40 years serving you, our community, with activities happening in 2021. Look for details at c-tran.com, and thank you for 40 great years.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Tran Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown, and go Raptors!
Through 6 innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex for the visiting Port Angeles Lefties, 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. For the Ridgefield Raptors, 10 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. We head to the 7th inning, and Jacob Acosta remains on the mound for the Ridgefield Raptors. He will face the bottom of the order, Coleman Schmidt to the plate, 8-hole hitter. Takes a partial swing and holds back. It's ball 1 from Jacob Acosta, who did give up 1 single last inning, but stranded the only hit allowed. And pitched a scoreless 6th inning. Good start today from Joey Martin. 5 innings, 1 run allowed. Pitch inside from Acosta. He's behind 2-0. And Coleman Schmidt, the right fielder, ahead with a 2-0 count. Just starting out the 7th inning. Ridgefield leading 10-1 in this ball game. And it's not just been free passes or Port Angeles just getting behind hitters. It's been basically all base hits. The 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Ridgefield has drawn just 1 walk today and 1 hit by pitch. And that's been it. Now, both of those players have scored, but just been a lot of well-hit balls, finding holes, 12 hits on the day. 2-1 pitch is a called ball. 3-1 is the count from Jacob Acosta out of Cal State Bakersfield, the road runner, pitching for the Raptors now, making his 3rd appearance on the season for Ridgefield. Out of the windup, and the righty deals a 3-1 pitch hit into right field. Coming in is Caden Connor, and the right fielder stops his momentum, now moves laterally and makes the catch in right field to start out this 7th inning on the right note. Carson Crawford, the 9th batter in this lineup, to the plate. He has a single and a fly out on the ball game. Comes in with a .211 batting average, plays for the Golden Bears of California. Do you see a Cal fan with a hat on behind home plate as Carson Crawford comes up to the dish. Crawford, the 3rd baseman today. First pitch is a strike from Jacob Acosta. So a UC system player versus a Cal State player. Cal State Bakersfield for the pitcher. Cal Berkeley for the hitter. And another called strike. 0-2 is the count from Jacob Acosta. 1 out, nobody on. A 9-run advantage for the Raptors here in the 7th inning. Tomorrow's ball game also at 6:35. Same for Thursday. Acosta winds, and the 0-2 pitch hit hard but foul. A couple feet to the left of the left field line. How about the number of doubles today as well? There's a lot of singles, but Caden Connor has a double. John Peck has a double. And Ridgefield continuing to increase their lead. A pitch inside, it's 1-2. Ridgefield came in with 65 doubles on the year. That is easily above the league average. That is first place in the West Coast League. And not only the team total, but individually as well. 1-2 pitch is hit high into center field. Reese Hernandez going into right center. It's Caden Connor who will call for it, and the right fielder makes the catch in right center field. 2 straight putouts by Caden Connor. And there's 2 down with nobody on base here in the 7th inning. Next batter is Garrett Lake, the leadoff man. He is 0 for 3 in the contest. Out of Purdue Fort Wayne, 10-1 lead for Ridgefield. So 65 doubles on the year, plus the 2 more tonight. And then the top 2 players in the league, in the West Coast League in doubles, are both Raptors. Pitch outside from Acosta, it's 1-0. Caden Connor came in with the league lead, and he's already increased that. Between Caden and Morales, they have 23 doubles. So now with Caden, they have 24 on the year. A called strike from Acosta, 1-1. So just between Ridgefield's right fielder and first baseman, they have as many doubles on the year as Port Angeles has as a team. That's 24 doubles apiece. 1-1's the pitch from Acosta. It's outside, 2-1's the count. And Ridgefield up to 67 doubles on the year. Reminds me of a game back in 1931. On this date, in fact, July 13th, the Cubs and the Cardinals combined for 23 doubles in one game. How about that? 2-1 pitches high, 3-1's the count. 2 outs, nobody on. It was a doubleheader, so there were actually 32 doubles in one day of baseball. There was an overflow crowd ringing the outfield on this date in 1931. And so any ball hit near the wall just turned into a ground rule double when it went into the crowd. A pitch just off the outside corner on a 3-1 offering from Acosta to Garrett Lake, and he draws a walk. And a 2-out base on balls, just the 3rd walk issued today by Ridgefield pitchers. And Lake is aboard. Javi Espinoza, the next batter. He has a walk of his own and 2 flyouts. 10-1 lead for Ridgefield here in the 7th inning. Runner on first and 2 outs. Jacob Acosta takes a look over at first base and then comes set to the right-hand hitter, Javi Espinoza, and throws a ground ball through the infield into left. And it's a first pitch, 2-out single for Javi Espinoza, just inside outs the pitch and runs it through the left side of the infield. And all of a sudden, after 2 outs in the inning, 2 runners, the next 2 batters for Port Angeles have both reached a walk and then a first pitch single. And Shea Thomas to the plate with a chance to do something dangerous. It's still a 9-run cushion for Ridgefield. So some leeway here, but don't want to allow anything to get rolling, especially with 2 outs in the inning. Top of the 7th here, Shea Thomas, a .246 batting average to his name. Pitches outside to Shea from Edmonds Community College. 1-0 is the count. Does have 1 home run in the year. A month ago to the day. He has struck out on 2 occasions today, both facing Joey Martin. He is the first player to face Jacob Acosta twice. He grounded out to open up last inning. 1-0 pitch to Shea is just off the plate. 2-0 the count from Jacob Acosta. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Ridgefield leading 10-1. Trying to make up some ground against the Corvallis Knights, who are not playing today. They'll recoup their West Coast League schedule soon, but no series this week for Corvallis. 2-0 pitch from Acosta's ground ball again through the left side of the infield. They will hold up the runner from second, so the bases will be loaded with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. 2 straight singles. Shea Thomas puts a base hit through the left side. And Garrett Lake held up at third. Javi Espinoza into scoring position. And Nathan Chong, who is the next scheduled hitter. But it is Matthews, the batter. Or excuse me, I believe that was Nick Oakley, who had come in moments ago. Gets the single for Thomas. They made some defensive changes there. So Matthews at the plate. First pitch from Acosta, swung on and hit towards short. John Peck backhands deep in the hole from the left center grass, throws right on a dime to first base. Threw it from the back of the infield and hit it right on the money to Morales. And Jacob Acosta allows the bases loaded. 3 straight players get aboard with 2 outs, and then he gets the next one out. On a ground out to short, John Peck, the slick fielder, ends the inning. No runs in on the frame. And that is 5 straight zeros on the board the last 5 innings. It's still 10-1, and it's time to stretch. The Raptors on top, bottom of the 7th, up next.
This is WSU Vancouver. Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, the offense has picked things up here today, breaking a trend of late for Ridgefield. 10 runs in the ball game for the Raptors. Their best game so far in the month of July. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 10-1 lead for Ridgefield. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. In the last 7 games for Ridgefield, only once had the Raptors, or excuse me, looking at, they had not scored this many runs since July 1st, when they went 8-5. The previous, 7 games, it was just 8 runs at the max, so this is their best. Port Angeles kind of did similar with the last 7 games. They had only scored more than 3 runs on one occasion. They went 3 runs, then 3, then 2, then 2, then 8, then 1, then 2. And today they've got just 1. Ridgefield trying to extend the lead here. Grant Heiser will lead off in the bottom of the 7th. Raptors on top 10-1. Caden Lewis still on the mound for the Lefties. And throws a ball, just above the belt. 1-0 the count to Grant Heiser. Lewis on the mound, the right-hander for his 3rd inning of work. Winds and deals to Heiser, swings and fouls one back. And it's 2 strikes on Grant Heiser here in the bottom of the 7th. Ridgefield scoring 3 runs in the 3rd. And then broke it open in the 4th, getting 5 runs in that 4th inning with hitting around the order +1. 1-2 pitch to Grant Heiser, a check swing, and bounces at the plate. And 2-2 is the count to Grant Heiser. Outfield playing fairly deep to Grant, the wind blowing steadily and pretty strongly out to right field. Most fans donning sweatshirts here at the ballpark tonight. 2-2 pitch from Lewis is a fastball swung on and fouled just behind the catcher. As Lewis again lost his ball cap on that throw. The wind not helping out, and perhaps the cap a bit too large for Caden. Right-hander comes to the plate, and the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and Heiser is down on strikes. And that is the first out here of the 7th inning. Does look like, as I'm double checking, it looks like Port Angeles has switched jerseys. Number 11 is supposed to be Caden Lewis, but I think it is a different pitcher here for Port Angeles. It's wearing the jersey number that Caden Lewis wears. So I think this is a pitcher that's not on the roster, but his last name is Becerra, I can see. And so he throws a ball, 1-0 the count to new batter Patrick Stark. So Cody Darcy started this game at 3rd base, and after getting a single, a walk, and a ground out, his day is over, and his fellow 3rd baseman Patrick Stark comes in. Stark, an incoming freshman at Loyola Marymount, a 1-0 pitch that's fouled from Becerra. 1-1's a count. 1 out, nobody on base, bottom of the 7th inning. Ridgefield leading 10-1. I believe this is the debut for Becerra, who is not on their roster and does not have logged a start anywhere. Actually, it looks like, this is his first appearance. A swung on strike from Patrick Stark. He's from Cal Berkeley, Christian Becerra, right-handed thrower. And so he's working out of the windup, facing Patrick Stark for the first time. 1-2's the count from Becerra. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and he has struck out both players this inning. And Patrick Stark is retired. Two down here in the seventh. Tanner Jocks, the next batter, the next scheduled hitter, but he will also be replaced by a pinch hitter. It'll be Bradley Norton coming to the plate. So Norton out of Rutgers University comes in with the bases empty, 2 outs. Bottom of the seventh, Raptors already leading 10-1. Norton takes the first pitch, a slider for a ball, 1-0 is the count. If Norton gets aboard, we'll see our third consecutive pinch hitter. Brady Casper is taking some cuts. He will replace Caden Connor if the need arises. 1-0 pitch here in the seventh inning is outside and low. Ball 2 from Becerra. Ridgefield adding on 2 runs of insurance last inning to go 2 double digits. 10-1 to the score. 12 hits on the ball game for the Raptors. They've stranded just 5, while the Port Angeles Lefties have stranded 9 in the ball game, including leaving the bases loaded last inning. A 2-0 pitch skims off the glove of the catcher Jack Holman, trying to frame it on the outside corner and doesn't catch it, nor does he get the call. It's 3-0. Bradley Norton at the plate, right-handed hitter out of Pleasanton, California, playing for Rutgers University. The 3-0 pitch from Becerra is this time framed well by the catcher Holman, and it is a strike to Norton. Playing his first year for the Raptors, second year in the West Coast League. Played up north for Cologne a couple of years ago. 3-1 pitch. He starts to swing. He held back. It was a ball outside. And it is a walk to Bradley Norton, first base runner of the inning. And it does bring up Brady Casper for his first plate appearance of the day. Caden Connor being replaced here in the bottom of the seventh inning. So Brady Casper will likely go out to right field to replace him next inning. So 3 straight replacements here as Chris Kuda utilizing his full roster. Patrick Stark can just replace Cody Darcy at third base. Bradley Norton can replace Tanner Jocks at second. So each pinch hitter able to fill in for the guy they replaced defensively as well in that same position. So Brady Casper at the plate. First pitch is near the belt, but called a ball dropped by the catcher Holman and doesn't get the call. Casper at the plate out of Oregon State University. 2 for 30 on the year so far, playing in his 11th game so far this summer. 1-0 pitch to Brady is swung on and fouled back. And it's 1-1 to Brady Casper. 2 outs, bottom of the seventh inning, runner on first. The Raptors, if they hold on to this 10-1 win, would win the series opener, have a chance to win the series tomorrow on wedding day. Eli Schubert tying the knot tomorrow before the game, so you can catch those festivities here at the ballpark. A slider on the 1-1 pitch called for a strike to Casper, 1-2 the count. So buy a ticket, come on and watch the game, or watch on the live stream before the contest. 1-2 the count from Becerra. Swung on, ground ball right back to the pitcher, and Becerra handles it. He will overhand to first base, and Matthews makes the grab at first to end the inning. 1 walk along the way, but no runs in the seventh inning. And Ridgefield still leads it 10-1 in this contest. We head to the 8th inning from Ridgefield. The Raptors ahead by 9.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded, so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-size utilities in the West by J.D. Power, 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Welcome back to Ridgefield. where the Raptors lead at 10-1 as we make our way to the 8th inning. And we'll see a college teammate matchup to open the 8th inning. Ben Lake comes in to pitch for the Raptors, making his 5th appearance on the year. Got the win in his last appearance. He's 1-0 on the season. He has an ERA of 12 at the moment, just in small sample size. He's only gone 3 innings. And he comes in out of Cal Berkeley, and the first batter he will face is Trevor Tishenko, who is also from Cal Berkeley. Tishenko's from San Diego, California, while Ben Lake hails from Woodland Hills, California, and Agora High School. And so the pair of Golden Bears facing off against each other. Different high schools, but same college. And they match up to open up the 8th inning. Ben Lake throws a fastball, and it's fouled down the left field line. 0-1 the count. Ridgefield ahead 10-1. He spent 2 years at California. Trevor Tishenko, an outfielder who was a freshman this spring, and only had 3 plate appearances this year for Cal. Takes a pitch high from Ben Lake. 1-1 to count from Ben. Tishenko went 0 for 3 this spring for Cal. On the summer here for the Port Angeles Lefties, he's hitting .263, best among the starters. 1-1 pitch is a called strike on Trevor. 1-2 the count from Ben Lake. So they've overlapped for 1 year playing for Mike New in the Bay Area. And now the first time facing off against each other here in the West Coast League. Ben Lake from the windup. The 1-2 pitch is a changeup hit behind home plate, up in the air, and a chance for Grant Heiser. He makes the catch behind home for out number 1. So Ben Lake gets the better of his college teammate, foul out behind home, and 1 away here in the 8th inning. If he allows a couple runners to get aboard, he could see a second California teammate, or just go 3 up, 3 down and pitch another inning and see Carson Crawford next inning. He's the 9th hitter in this lineup. Right now he's facing the 6-hole batter, Zach Thomas, designated hitter out of Dixie State. Has a home run and a single on the day. He's the only player for the Lefties to score tonight. It's 10-1, the Raptors ahead. First pitch of this at-bat is hammered into center field. Reese Hernandez jogging back. He has a play on it and makes the catch before he reaches the warning track. A first pitch out of Zach Thomas. Now fly out to center, and 2 down here in the 8th inning for Ben Lake. And a nice start to this appearance. Got a 2-seam fastball with some sinker action. A 4-seamer, a split change, and a slider. A class salutatorian who's a mechanical engineering major at Cal. Wants to get into some aerospace engineering, although he told me he's not totally sure what that job will look like or exactly what he wants to do post-college, but he's enjoyed his coding classes and some other stuff he's done in the ME program at Cal. Spent 2 years there so far. He's got 2 outs, and the next batter is Jack Holman out of UCLA, so a pair of Pac-12 guys here. 1-0 pitch misses from Ben Lake. 2 outs, nobody on. Raptors ahead 10-1 in the 8th inning. 1-0 pitch from Ben Lake. A ground ball behind Ben. A short hopper to John Peck. The shortstop fields, throws to first, handled by Kobe Morales. A nice little play from shortstop to first baseman. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ben Lake. We are on to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Raptors 10 and the Port Angeles Lefties 1. Don't go away from Ridgefield.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Play ball! Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
in the 8th inning coming up. Micah McDowell, who was actually a defensive replacement there in the top of the 8th inning, will come in as a hitter now for Reese Hernandez. So Micah McDowell coming in as yet another replacement for Ridgefield. Got enough position players now where they've got almost pretty much 2 players at every position who will often alternate between these two, between the clubs, or for Ridgefield, I mean. As Port Angeles also brings in a substitute, new pitcher Joseph Sinclair out of University of Mary. He's from Vancouver, British Columbia, a left-hander who has gone 13 innings this year, is an ERA of 5.53. So Micah McDowell will lead off. John Peck is the scheduled hitter. He will not be pinch hit for. And Kobe Morales in the hole. So Micah McDowell gets his first plate appearance of the ball game out of Oregon State University by way of Halifax, Nova Scotia. McDowell takes a ball down and away. 1-0 the count. Ridgefield ahead 10-1 in this contest. Bottom of the 8th inning. Micah hitting .226 on the year. The sophomore from OSU takes a pitch outside from Sinclair. 2-0 the count to the leadoff man. Micah had his best game of the year against Yakima Valley a few weeks ago. Went 3 for 5 in that ball game and scored 3 runs. Didn't get a hit against Cowlitz 3 days ago in his most recent playing time. Takes another ball. 3-0 is the count. And McDowell, the left-hand hitter, 1 pitch away from getting aboard on his first plate appearance and takes a pitch outside. He sees 4 pitches, all 4 missing. And Micah McDowell on to first for a 4-pitch walk. First batter faced by Joseph Sinclair, and it doesn't go his way. John Peck, the next hitter. What a day for John Peck. 1 game after hitting his first home run of the year, has now gone 3 for 4 in the ball game, and even the one time he didn't get out, it was a hard ground ball to short, ruled an error. He still has a double and 2 singles on the day. He scored 3 times. Now takes a strike from Sinclair. 0-1 the count. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ridgefield ahead 10-1. Sinclair, the lefty from the stretch. It's hit into center field. It'll get down for a base hit. John Peck, his 4th hit of the ball game. And it moves McDowell to second base. A single to straightaway center. And John Peck, 3 singles and a double on the day. He's up to 4 hits, which is tying his season high. He went 4 for 7 in a ball game on June 10th, including the game-winning hit back a month ago in the 13th inning. So season high in terms of 9-inning games. He goes 4 for 5 today on what will likely be his final at-bat. That moves McDowell to second base, John Peck at first, nobody out. Kobe Morales the next batter, and he tips one foul behind home plate. Kobe's also had a nice day. He had an RBI single in the 3rd, had another single in the 4th. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game. He and John Peck continue to battle for hits in terms of the league lead. They came in 2nd and 3rd in the West Coast League. And whichever one ends up on top, they will still be 2nd and 3rd. A big swing and a miss for Kobe Morales. So it's 0-2 the count to Kobe out of Cypress College. He came in with 38 hits, 1 more than John Peck. But John has 4 hits today, Kobe 2, so John has leapfrogged him. A hit here would tie him back up at 2nd place. More importantly, just get some feel good for Kobe and add some more insurance run. Swings and misses the 0-2. And Kobe will remain at 2 hits in the ball game. No shame in that. He strikes out for out number 1 here in the 8th inning. Will Chambers to the plate, who also has 2 singles on the day. 3 RBIs for Will Chambers. Had an RBI single in the 4th, a 2 RBI single in the 6th. And he's again got 2 runners on base here in the 8th inning. 1 out. Runner on first, runner on second. 10-1 lead for Ridgefield. A swing and a miss for Will Chambers, batting right-handed for the first time today. He has 4 left-handed at-bats. Why not switch it up and bat from the opposite side of the plate? Seeing a southpaw for the first time. Wind blowing steadily out towards right field all game long. 0-1 the count from Sinclair. Backdoor slider catches. 0-2 the count to Will Chambers. What a return it's been. 9 hits in his last 17 at-bats since returning from a shoulder issue. A guy who had 2 knee reconstruction surgeries as well in his college career. 0-2 pitch, a swing and a foul ball. That bounces into fair territory, but it is a foul. 0-2 the count. 1 out, runners in first and second. Raptors leading 10-1. He's had 3 significant knee injuries. He's had 2 knee surgeries that basically reconstructed each knee. But the first injury he had was back in sophomore year of high school. He went to West Ranch High School in Southern California, grew up in Val Verde. And that started out a trend, but even then he made the most of it, just weightlifted a whole lot and was able to build the frame. He's 6'3" and has a good amount of muscle for Will Chambers, and a big slugger. Has 5 home runs on the year. Second in the WCL. Runners in first and second, 1 out. Joseph Sinclair with an 0-2 count. The lefty throws a slider on the back door for strike 3. And that is the second out of the inning. Will Chambers down on 3 strikes. And it's Tafton Hensley to try to pick up the chance that Will Chambers left out there. The pair of College of the Canyons players. Tafton yet to get a hit today. He's 0 for 4. Ridgefield with 13 hits on the day. Tafton could join the party here with a 2-out base hit. 10-1 lead. Tafton checks his swing, and it's a 1-0 count. On appeal, he did go around. Holy cow. Mike Carr says Tafton went around on that. And Tafton takes off the batting helmet and walks away from the plate several feet. And I don't blame him for being surprised at that. Looked like he had barely got the bat off his shoulders, but it's 0-1 to Tafton. Hey, chance to make the most of it still and fight back. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. He's behind 0-2. 2 outs, runners in first and second. Ridgefield still leading 10-1, so good control here. Ben Lake perhaps will come back out to finish the game, although there is somebody throwing in the bullpen. Ben Lake has gone 1 inning so far. 0-2 the count to Tafton Hensley. Swings at the slider and spoils it behind home plate. Ridgefield expects this to be the last time they come to the plate. 3 more outs to get, and they will be done with the series opener. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:35. Stay tuned as well for a post-game interview, I believe, with Kobe Morales. 0-2 the count. He or Tanner Jocks will come up after the ball game and chat with one of them. 2 outs, runners in first and second. Sinclair slider that misses outside to Tafton Hensley. One ball, 2 strikes, runners in first and second. Tafton, the right-handed hitter, against left-handed pitcher and Joseph Sinclair. 1-2 pitch to Tafton, again outside. Tafton's been a big part of all the big run games where Ridgefield's offense has exploded. Ridgefield has scored 15 runs 3 times this season. Tafton played in all 3 of those games, and each of those games he had at least 3 hits, if not 4, with a double and or a home run in those games. So when he does well, the team does well. And now he's trying to join the party for his first hit. 2-2 pitches swung on and blooped foul behind home. Stays at 2-2 count from Sinclair. 2 outs. McDowell on second base. John Peck on first. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tomorrow's ball game, 6:35. Same place, same teams, and a wedding to precede the game. You can watch Eli Schubert and Aaron Thumb tie the knot tomorrow at home plate. 2-2 pitch to Tafton Hensley. A grounder foul behind home. Stays at 2-2 count yet again for Tafton. It'll be the 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming from Joseph Sinclair. So Eli Schubert playing in his last game tomorrow. He's going to go back out to the bullpen after tying the knot and be available to pitch in the game. And they'll get married on Saturday, but it'll be the legal wedding tomorrow. I'll be doing the officiating. It'll be a lot of fun tomorrow. 2-2 pitch from Sinclair. Swung on and hit foul off the body of Tafton Hensley. That hit near up his face. I think it deflected off his shoulder, or maybe his batting helmet. And yet another foul ball from Hensley, who does not seem to be in any pain. Barely noticed the ricochet off his body, and it dribbles down the first baseline. 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Runners in first and second. Ridgefield up 10-1 in this ball game here in the 8th inning. 13 hits on the contest. How about one more? Tafton Hensley preparing for yet another 2-2 pitch slider. He hits it high in the infield. Going over is the first baseman. Matthews has a play, and he pulls it in fair territory to end the inning. So that ends the 8th, and Ridgefield will sit with 10 runs in the ball game. As long as they can get 3 outs here, they won't need to come to the plate in the bottom of the 9th. Ridgefield 10, the Lefties 1. 3 more outs to get after this.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 1:05 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Last inning of play here from Ridgefield. We head to the 9th. Ben Lake returns for the Raptors. A good day for baseball. 10-1 is the score for the Ridgefield Raptors. So open up the series against the Port Angeles Lefties. Ridgefield coming in 15-12 on the season against Port Angeles, 7-14 on the year. Ridgefield faced the 10th best team in the league. There are 10 teams in the league, so Cowlitz was the last team in terms of runs and hits and all that. And they go from the 10th team to the 9th best team in Port Angeles. The only difference is Cowlitz had the best ERA in the league. Port Angeles has the 8th best. As Ben Lake comes back out of the mound, first pitch of the 9th inning is inside to Coleman Schmidt, right-handed hitter, is 0 for 3 in the contest. On deck is Carson Crawford out of Cal Berkeley. Ben Lake on the mound for Cal Berkeley. 1-0 pitch from Ben is below the knees, 2-0. Ben, his first time with the Ridgefield Raptors this summer. He spent 2 years at Cal and getting his 5th appearance for Ridgefield on the summer. Pitched a scoreless 8th inning. The bullpen has yet to allow a run today. 3 innings of scoreless ball. A foul ball off the backstop from Coleman Schmidt. And it's 2-1 the count to Coleman out of St. Mary's. So Ben Lake trying to close it out. Not a save opportunity for Ben, but nonetheless could go 2 scoreless innings and pitch well against Port Angeles. The 2-1 pitch from Ben, breaking ball that falls in for a strike. 2-2 the count from Ben Lake. Same high school as Bryce Femmel, right-handed pitcher who won a national championship with Oregon State and went on to play in the minor leagues. Still a professional baseball player. Same high school at Agora. 2-2 pitch hit towards the first base side, and it's blocked by Morales. He goes back on the ricochet, but not in time. Ben Lake covers first, but the throw is late, and Coleman Schmidt is safe for what I believe will be ruled a single. It was a tough play from Morales, and no, they are going to rule it an error. And so Coleman Schmidt reaches first base, and the 9th inning continues with Carson Crawford to the plate. 2 Golden Bears here between the pitcher and batter, both out of Cal Berkeley. They rule it an error on Kobe Morales. 10-1 is the score. Ridgefield ahead. First pitch, a fastball hit foul in back of home plate. 0-1 the count to Carson Crawford. Second time this game that Ben Lake has faced a college teammate. He opened up this relief appearance in the 8th inning, got a foul out from Trevor Tishenko, his teammate at Cal. And now facing Carson Crawford, his other teammate. 0-1 pitch is in there for a strike, and he's ahead 0-2. He's yet to allow a hit or a walk. The only base runner is that one via an error from Coleman Schmidt. Carson Crawford, the 9-hole hitter, the .211 batting average, is 1 for 3 in the day. 0-2 the count from Ben Lake. The 0-2 pitch is down 1-2 the count. The draft occurring recently with a lot of West Coast League names called. current and former players. 40 players, current and former West Coast League players, drafted this summer by the MLB draft. 1-2 pitch hit foul, and with still nobody out, runner on first, it remains a 1-2 count. That includes 4 players from the West Coast League in the top 63 selections this summer, including former Ridgefield player Aaron Zavala at the University of Oregon. Got drafted early in the second round by the Texas Rangers. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball up by the letters. It's 2-2 from Ben Lake. So he went to the same high school as Bryce Femmel, who got drafted out of Oregon State 3 years ago. And they both went to Agora. They kind of trained together a little bit. Bryce is 4 years older, but they had the same trainer and interacted a little bit. 2-2 pitch, a check swing. He did not go around, and it runs the count full from Ben Lake. Just barely missed the zone. And now he's facing his college teammate with a full count to Carson Crawford. Runner on first, nobody out, top of the ninth. Port Angeles has not scored since the second inning. 1 run in that inning on a high fly ball that just got taken by the wind over the fence. Full count. The payoff pitch is just outside, and on appeal, no swing. And so it is a walk to Carson Crawford. Runners in first and second, nobody out in the ninth inning. Coleman Schmidt into scoring position. Garrett Lake, the batter. Lake 0 for 3 in the day with a walk. And the left-hand hitter at the plate against Ben Lake. Right-handed pitcher out of Woodland Hills, California. Crossed city lines. He grew up his whole childhood in Woodland Hills, but went to Agora High School, which is in Agora Hills. Pitch misses low to Garrett Lake out of Purdue Fort Wayne. Ben Lake, the 6-foot right-hand pitcher, throws outside and misses 1-0. Lake, who is making his 5th appearance on the year, now will have a mound visit from Grant Heiser. 6'2", 211 from Cal Berkeley. As runners in first and second, Heiser gives him a pat on the back, and then Heiser starts to jog off the mound and then sees Daniel Barato walking out from the dugout, the pitching coach of Ridgefield. So Heiser says, oh, okay, I'm going to stay here and be a part of this 3-person conversation. Runners in first and second, nobody out. Top of the ninth inning. Ridgefield in control here, leading 10 runs to 1. The defensive alignment has shifted since the beginning of this game. Patrick Stark is the third baseman. That's different. John Peck is the shortstop. That's the same. Bradley Norton is the second baseman. That's different. And Kobe Morales remains the first baseman. 2 of the 3 outfielders have swapped. Tafton Hensley remains the left fielder, but Micah McDowell in center and Brady Casper in right. Both replacements, both out of Oregon State. Garrett Lake, the batter. He's ahead 2-0. Runners in first and second, nobody out. The pitch from Lake is a fastball swung on and tipped at the plate for a foul ball. 2-1's the count to Garrett Lake, the center fielder today, who did walk in the 7th inning and got to third base but was stranded there. Port Angeles left the bases loaded that inning and then went 1-2-3 in the 8th as they have been unable to do much damage off of Ridgefield. Some base runners here and there, but not a lot of hits. 6 in total in the ball game to 13 for the Raptors. 2 balls and 1 strike, and Lake just misses the zone on a pitch I think was called low. 3-1 is the count from Ben Lake. Grew up a University of Oregon fan, even though the closest Pac-12 teams to him were USC and UCLA, but he was a U of O fan. 3-1 pitch is outside, and he has walked another batter to load the bases here. First man got aboard via an error and then 2 straight walks, and the bases are loaded for Port Angeles. They have not scored since the second inning. It's 10-1, Ridgefield on top. Next batter is Javi Espinoza. The second baseman out of St. Mary's is 1 for 3 in the contest with a single. Does have 1 home run on the year. Some action in the Ridgefield bullpen right now, but I think they'll let Ben Lake go a ways further, a 9-run cushion, so we can work with it and try to get out of this jam. No outs, bases loaded, throws a strike to Espinoza. First time these two guys have faced each other, and Espinoza takes a strike. Ben Lake, a U of O fan, because that's where his dad went. His dad was a law school student at University of Oregon. 0-1 pitch misses outside. It's 1-1 with the bases loaded, nobody out. Top of the 9th inning, Ridgefield ahead 10-1. Now Ben Lake's grandfather went to Oregon State, and so he had 2 Oregon schools represented in the Pac-12, but he picked the generation closer and was a Duck fan. 1-1 pitch misses, 2-1's the count. He did choose Pac-12, but he didn't choose the closest school to him geographically. He didn't choose a school that was his favorite growing up. He forged a new path and went to Cal Berkeley. He's behind 2-1, bases loaded. Espinoza at the plate. Here's the pitch from Ben Lake. It's above the belt, and it's 3-1 to Espinoza. On deck is Nick Oakley with a single in his only at-bat today, or one of his 2 at-bats. Outfield playing fairly deep here with the wind blowing pretty strongly out towards right, but in more swirling fashion here as we pass 9 o'clock. 3-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and it's now a full count, a tip into the glove, in fact, of Grant Heiser. Full count, bases loaded here in the 9th inning. Still a 9-run lead for the Raptors and no outs, but an out here would help. Infield and double play depth, happy to swap a couple outs for a run. Here's the payoff pitch with the bases loaded. Ground ball to the right side, and the short hop by Morales. He'll underhand to first, and Lake covers. Steps on the bag for a force out. It is an RBI ground out for Javi Espinoza. A 3-1 ground out that scores Coleman Schmidt. And the Lefties have their first run of the ballgame since the 2nd inning. It's 10-2 in this contest. Schmidt scores, Carson Crawford into 3rd, and Garrett Lake the runner at 2nd. And so runners at 2nd and 3rd for Nick Oakley with a .294 batting average. The first pitch to the left-hand hitter is a swing and a miss for Nick out of UC Santa Barbara against Cal Berkeley right-hander and Ben Lake. 0-1 the count, 2 runners in scoring position. Still an 8-run lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. 0-1 the count with 1 out now, and a pitch down in the dirt, 1-1. Only 1 home run in the ball game, and it was Port Angeles with the homer. So Ridgefield getting 10 runs on the game with no dingers, just a lot of singles and 2 doubles along the way. So 11 singles on the day for Ridgefield. 6 base hits in total for the Lefties. 1-1 pitch from Ben Lake is on the inside half. It's 1-2 from Ben. 2 more outs to get and the ball game's over. On a game that is 2 hours and 40 minutes old. 10-2 is the score. Ben Lake from the stretch comes set with his hands at chest level. 1-2 pitch swung on and hit off the hands into the netting behind the batter's box. Stays a 1-2 count to Nick Oakley. Ridgefield was trailing 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 3rd. And it kind of felt like maybe this be another low-scoring game. Ridgefield didn't score a whole lot against Cowlitz, just 10 runs in that series, far below their season average of near 8 runs per game. 1-2 pitch is hit into left center field, a looping fly ball that should be playable. Center fielder Micah McDowell makes the catch, and this will score 1 run. Tagging and scoring on the play is Carson Crawford. It's now 10-3. Ridgefield still in control. First multi-run inning for Port Angeles this ball game. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Ridgefield hoping this will be too little too late for the Lefties. Next batter, I believe, will be a pinch hitter. And no, it is Bryce Matthews again who comes back in. Pinch hit earlier in today's ball game. And is 0 for 1 with a walk. Ben Lake to the plate, and a first pitch fly ball into center field. Micah McDowell moving over into right center, gets under it and makes the catch. The ball game is over. 2 straight flyouts to center field end it, and Ben Lake does get out of the jam in decent fashion. 2 runs come in, but little to stymie the theatrics for Ridgefield, as the Raptors end up winning it 10-3, the final score from Ridgefield. Stay tuned for a post-game interview. Hope to chat with one of the ball players here after tonight's win. as Ridgefield, one of its better offensive outputs of the year among many. 13 hits on the ball game, 10 runs in the contest. They win it 10-3, take the series opener. They improved to 3-1 in the second half. And 16-12 on the season overall. Port Angeles drops to 7-15 on the summer. We'll be back tomorrow at 6:35, so note that time. Show up early if you're coming to the ballpark at about 6 o'clock. We'll get the wedding underway shortly thereafter as Eli Schubert will get hitched. And that should be a fun one to see Eli get married. I think we'll chat with Tanner Jocks in a moment, who will come up in this ball game, or following this ball game, for a post-game interview. Let's take a look through the lineup and just give you the highlights here. John Peck went 4 for 5 in the ball game with 3 runs and 2 RBIs. Kobe Morales had 2 base hits and an RBI. Will Chambers 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Grant Heiser had a base hit as well. Caden Connor 2 for 4 with a double, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Reese Hernandez had a base hit and an RBI. Cody Darcy a hit and 2 runs scored. And Tanner Jocks also scored a run in today's ball game, getting hit by a pitch, earned it the hard way. And so hope to chat with Tanner in a moment, or whoever may come up. I believe it is Tanner jogging up here to the press box. And so we will chat with Tanner in just a second. So stay tuned for that in a moment. 10-3 the final score, and tomorrow's ball game at 6:35. And the series finale Thursday. We'll see Port Angeles as well next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, in that series. On a series up in northern Washington, a couple non-league games this weekend as well. So 10-3 the final score. And Ridgefield with 13 hits in the ball game. And how about that 4th inning when Ridgefield scored 5 runs? It was still close at that point. It was 3-1 and need some insurance runs, and got the big inning, and right when Ridgefield needed it the most. I'm going to hand this headset to you. Talking with Tanner Jocks here on the post-game show. A good game for Ridgefield, getting kind of a big win, trying to stay up in the second half after the series win against Cowlitz. Tanner Jocks joins me after a 10-3 final score. Ridgefield getting the win to open up the series against the Port Angeles Lefties. How good did it feel, Tanner, to just get a lot of runs on the board? Didn't see a lot of runs against Cowlitz, so get back to double digits probably felt good today.
Yeah, it felt nice to for the hitters just to get back into it, get back to our game especially with pitching too. Like, our pitching's been on 6 hits, but only 3 runs. Like, that's huge. Yeah. So it was good.
Yeah, Joey Martin, a good start. The bullpen held strong as well, so the 10-3 victory. You did score in this ball game, got hit by a pitch. Yeah. It was a breaking ball. I'm guessing it didn't look like it hurt too much. How much did that one hurt?
My hand went numb, so it just hit the right spot.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it didn't hurt. It just immediately went numb, so I just had to let go of the bat because I couldn't feel it. But
okay.
Yeah.
How long did that stay numb after?
Mainly just until I went there first. It was fine.
Good.
Yeah.
Came around to score one of 10 runs in the ball game. We'll be back tomorrow for another game. How have you been feeling at the plate recently? Just your confidence at the plate. You're hitting well this whole season. It's been a fun one for you. What's been your approach lately at the plate?
My approach is honestly just be on time. For me, that's the easiest thing to think about, and the biggest thing as a hitter is just if you're not on time, you can't do a lot of things right. So for me, it's just being on time, and then if guys are in scoring position, just hit it where they're not.
Yep. You're a Vancouver kid. To be able to play for Ridgefield this season, you came in on a 10-day contract to still be here in the middle of July and to not only be on the team, but getting starts, getting a lot of at-bats. How fun has this summer been for you to wear the Ridgefield uniform and get a lot of playing time for essentially your hometown club?
It's been great. Honestly, I've started more games than I thought it was going to be this summer, so it's fun. I just love being out here. Even just running up here, there's a couple of people that I knew, just didn't know they were coming here, just randomly got to see them. So it's nice. I'm excited every day to wear the uniform.
Yeah, that's awesome. Last thing for you, Tanner. I don't know if you've ever had this happen before, but you've got a teammate getting married tomorrow. I'm guessing this is the first time you've seen such a thing.
That's the first.
So Eli Schubert getting hitched tomorrow. I don't know how many weddings you've been to, or how many. I don't know if you count as a groomsman tomorrow. He'll be on the field as he walks through. But how excited are you to see a teammate get hitched tomorrow?
No, it's really cool. It's experience. It's unique. It's fun. It's summer ball. You get to see things you usually don't. It's fun. That's why I love it.
So you can catch that tomorrow, about 20 minutes minutes before first pitch, 6:35 tomorrow as this series continues. 10-3 the final score. The Raptors get the win. Hope for another one tomorrow to get the series win. Tanner, thanks for joining me here in the post-game show. See you tomorrow, everybody. For Sam Osier, I'm Josh Warden. Thanks to Tanner Jocks as well. See you tomorrow evening from Ridgefield. Perfect. Thanks, Tanner.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.